he was tapped to be his press secretary. He was delighted to leave the our side of the street and go to the dark side and go into government to represent Jerry Ford because he truly believed in the man. I don't remember how many days it was before he resigned, but it was immediately after the pardon. And he said, I resign because I cannot represent a man who pardoned Richard Nixon, who was supposed to come in and heal the nation, and he pardoned Richard Nixon. And I've never forgot Terhorst. He is a hero in my mind from my side of the street, the journalistic side of the street. Great
Last
man.
thing I want to say, because other people remember, sometimes they let these things slip out, right? So Chuck Schumer, back in, I think it was either November, December, he was doing an interview, and he talked about the intelligence community, and the quote was like, you have to be careful because the intelligence community can screw you 6 ways to Sunday. I think it was a CNN interview. If I find it, I'll put it in that group chat. But sometimes
he doesn't like the intelligence community. He doesn't like or trust the intelligence community. Remember that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thank you, Daryl. We're right at 6 o'clock, so we will no longer add folks to the stage, but we will go into extra time so that everybody on the stage gets a chance to talk, and maybe, if the timing works out, when Stephen takes the microphone, it'll be 20 minutes after the hour, and I'll be able to say it's 4:20 somewhere. Bless.
Well, thank you for the connection between, the close relationship between Clinton and the Trumps. In particular, Clinton is the one that put his sister onto the federal bench. And so, and they would go on vacation.
Exactly.
And they would go on vacations, which is not surprising because the two daughters, it's a very small group of kids that are in their position, so they were one of the few peers. I have a question, and you know about Robert Maxwell, who's Ms. Maxwell's father, and he was an interesting character in the UK with, and I don't know if he was in the news business or what his business was, but he had been he had been disgraced as well, and Mr. Trump's comments that are captured on videotape don't age that well. Just saying that Jeffrey Epstein likes them on the young side. That does, with a smile. That doesn't, you kind of wonder if what he had seen, and making fun of it doesn't age well.
So Robert Maxwell was involved in the media. He was a mogul in the United Kingdom, and he was a former member of Parliament, and he was involved in controversy over a pension fraud scheme, and then died mysteriously at sea. So that's the story about Mr. Maxwell. And what was the last point that you just made, Les? Because I was going to respond to it and it eludes me.
Oh, it just seemed, there's stuff on videotape with Mr.
Right, thank you. So Michael Wolff, the biographer of Epstein, who did 100 hours plus of interviews, much of it on tape, claims that in one of those interviews, when he was talking about Epstein's relationship with Trump prior to the breakup over the real estate deal, Epstein asserted that they were best friends and brought out a Polaroid photograph or a number of Polaroid photographs to illustrate the point. He was very forthcoming. Now, I don't know whether he was concerned about his own mortality at that moment and wanted his side of the story on the record, because who would have thought that he would be as forthcoming as he was to Wolf? And according to Wolf, one of those photographs showed then private citizen Donald Trump with Epstein and a topless young lady of indeterminate age sitting on Trump's lap. Now, she could have been of age, and you may think that that is, totally inappropriate, and it might freak you out if, in fact, the story is accurate. But it lends credence to what an earlier caller said, I think it was Money, about the credibility of the president's assertions today that he knew nothing about what was going on. And this was at the Palm Beach house. This was at Epstein's Palm Beach mansion. That Trump had no knowledge of what Epstein was up to, despite their close relationship, until he found him acting creepy at Mar-a-Lago. I don't think we've ever heard the details of that alleged creepiness at Mar-a-Lago, but to me, when I heard this description of this Polaroid out of the mouth of Wolf, I'm thinking, well, that sounds creepy to me. So, just something to consider. Thank you, Les. We'll go to Merrill, Stephen, Chris, and our prodigal son, Odian Ware, who used to be a daily participant here, but is no longer here on a daily basis. But I get reports on you, sir. I get reports on you. I know you're active on Clubhouse, and I'm glad to hear that you are alive and well, and see now that you're alive and well. Merrill.
Okay, just a few things, not some major, some to think about. Number one of the young girls, I think she was about 14 years old, she was procured by Maxwell at Mar-a-Lago. She did a deposition. So, and I've heard the transcript of it. I've heard the transcript read. That's number one. Number two, if you recall, Trump's interview with Howard Stern, among them, he talked about how he would go just walk right into this universe, their dressing rooms, so that he could see them while they were dressing, see them nude. He also, if you dig deep, there's something about him even having gone in, possibly gone into his juniorness. These were teenagers. And
Right, but Epstein wasn't involved in those instances.
no, we're talking about Trump's. Okay, you're right. All right, that's
who were not in that strata. So that's what.
Gerald Ford said he had to ask.
By the way, Merrill, we're having a hell of a time hearing you. You're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. It sounds like you have a microphone that's clicking in and clicking out. Yes, it's better now.
Okay.
Now it's bad. Are you using a headset?
No, is still bad?
No, now.
Okay. One of the things was that Gerald Ford said that he had to ask his wife before he made the decision. I thought that was very smart. The other thing is that I'm not so much interested in the list. A-list. We don't know what A-list is. Where did it originate? I like the files. The files are going to have all 16 years of investigation this man was undergoing, was being done on him. People were coming there. He wasn't going a lot of places. Everybody was coming there.
So, Merrill, if there's 16 years of investigation into his activities involving underage children.
Not just underage children, involved more than underage children.
All right, but let's just talk about the underage children. If I am under investigation by my local police department, the county police, the state police, the FBI, because my neighbors have reported that young girls are in and out of my townhouse, and people are coming up in limousines or in Ubers, older men who come into my house at the same time as these girls, which would cause them to believe that I was offering these girls up to entertain these gentlemen. And they launched an investigation for 16 years into my, and what I hope it would be like 16 days, not 16 years, before indictments were sought. But 16 years into my doing this in my townhouse, they're going to know who the men are who came in and out of the townhouse. And they are going to prosecute them as well. Nobody, I seem to be the only one, maybe there are others, I hope there are others, nobody is asking, what about them?
Well, you have to wonder whether or not all of them slept with the young girls. We don't know that.
But the investigators ought to have an understanding of that. You know as well as I do, especially with the facts, even if they believe that somebody is guilty of something, they're not going to lay charges unless they are, in their minds, 100% sure that they're going to get a conviction, because it's better in their minds.
Probably mute glitch. Repost space, everybody. We're just getting started. Go ahead, Rep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see that it looks like they're doing something, but I'm always worried that we just get nothing burgers, no arrests, no prosecutions. It's now almost August, and the president has been the president for 8 months. They tried to blow his head off. They did everything they could do to make him seem like he's a Russian bed pisser. I mean, I think as Americans, we shouldn't be afraid of exacting justice, making arrests, using lawfare, and dragging these criminals into court and bankrupting them. So the sooner we see charges and arrests, the sooner we'll know they're not just giving us nothing burgers. Otherwise, it's just communication spam.
Sure. Okay. Let's go to George. Go ahead, George.
Yes, sir. I apologize if I insult your.
They kicked me.
They weren't saying anything. That's very likely. It's likely that people did know, but they didn't want to say anything. But yes, he was being investigated for that. He was being investigated for the money.
Okay. So again, to use my analogy, I hire a catering company to come and feed all these people. So if I'm the law enforcement agent trying to investigate me, I'm going to go to the catering company and I'm going to put the squeeze on somebody there or some people there to find out what the hell was going on in Gary's townhouse.
I agree. Just remember.
Well, why didn't they do that?
Remember something, Gary. They had 16 charges against him before, and he got what?
There was a deal. There was a deal to get rid, and it was Comey's daughter who picked up the gauntlet, not in Florida, but in the Southern District of New York, and that eventually led to his and Maxwell's convictions.
Absolutely.
And what does she get for that? She gets fired.
That's retribution. Okay, now. The other thing is, we talked about Trump said he never heard from Bondi about that his name was in the files. Did anybody remember that a few days ago he said he never knew that the DOJ, the attorney from the DOJ, was going to be meeting with Maxwell? He was asked that. He said, really, I hadn't heard that.
Here's the thing about Donald Trump. He may not have heard through official channels, but he, as we know, spends... As he sits in front of the TV. He sits in front of the TV and he's watching cable news. And so if cable news is reporting that this, and everybody was reporting it, that this meeting was to occur, certainly the President of the United States did, even if all the President's men and women conspired to keep that away from him. Of course he knew.
Of course he knew. And the meeting, they've had two. Now, and these are chummy attorneys, and one of them was, Trump's attorney. these are chummy guys, and criminal attorneys do not go and have their client meet with anybody unless they know, first of all, what is it you're looking for? What are you going to do with it?
And what am I going to get out of it? What's my client going to get out of it? That's number one.
Exactly. So there's that. And I think that Trump is looking for, it is not necessarily a distraction as much as it is he wants more. And then he can use that. Because if you talk about Epstein wanting to hold things over people, that's Trump's nature too. So when we know that, so that could be what this is all about. And like you said, maybe they can't just commute her sentence to pardon her. She's going to get a deal if she gives them something they can use, bearing in mind that she was also indicted for perjury. So they've got that going also. But I do believe that Trump, also, he held on to these files. He knew what was in the files before. If he knew about Obama, why didn't he tell us about Obama before? Why now? So everything, all the different things, the hedge people that he mentions. Which there were a lot of people in finance that were meeting with Epstein, because that's what he was doing. He was saying he was representing them in finance and investment. So yeah, there's a lot there. But I'm not going to say that everybody, including Trump, I'm not going to say that they're pedophiles. I'm not going to say they did anything. But I don't care about a list. You tell me where the list came from, how it was put together. Tell me the files. I want to see the files.
Brought up a real important point, and that is what good is Maxwell to them since she's been convicted of perjury. That speaks to her veracity. Of course, they may not be interested in her being beneficial to them in a court of law where her veracity will be attacked, but more in the court of public opinion.
Bearing in mind, she never testified. She never testified in her trial. So if she's got something to say, Trump wants the names. He wants to know not only who maybe slept with people, but who was there. Who are the people that you always saw there? You never saw me, right?
Well, I want that list too. Thank you, Meryl. Stephen, and if you speak for 4 minutes, you'll be on at 4:20 something.
Well, it's always 4:20 somewhere, regardless of what time zone you're in. So we're good, It's 4:20 for somebody somewhere. That's always.
See, this is what happens. This is reefer madness, buddy. You smoke so much you can't even read the clock.
Quit it. But no, for real, you bring up some really good points. I was hearing somebody argue for, about the list, and arguing that, that these people were just going to get a massage. And I'm like, well, massages cost money, period. And happy endings cost money, period. If you're going and getting a massage and receiving a happy ending, you're guilty of pandering.
I don't even care about the pandering. I care about the age of the masseuse.
Right. Well, this was all regarding, I think there was one girl that gave her testimony about this, or this one massage therapist or massage person, because nobody knows if she was a legit massage therapist. But it just amazes me to the lengths that the people who want to let Trump go or like end the investigation or don't care about the list or don't want to see the documentation, because Meryl was absolutely correct. If there's 15, 16 years worth of investigation going on here, not only was Epstein doing his own dirty thing, but believe you me, the intelligence community was doing their dirty little thing too. Because if you don't think they want dirt on people just as much as Epstein wants dirt on people to control and manipulate the situations at hand, well, you're just like living in a bubble and don't know anything about the intelligence community because, well, that's how the intelligence community gets things done. Well, we know this about you. So if you don't comply, well, this will come out. And, but to the extent that people are willing to just reach outside of the box and like say, oh, no way in heck that so-and-so, went to Epstein's Island and, was asked, granted favors to Epstein, that, the massage and the happy ending were part of that, and or ignoring the fact that somebody was paying for that massage and happy ending. And if you wanted to get dirt on somebody, you said it earlier, freaking you're in a room where, happy endings, cocaine, and you're a cop and all this stuff is happening, well, you're guilty of complicity. And letting things happen and going against the oath that you took. And that's part of being in the crooked side of law enforcement, is that you are compromised. It's very difficult to keep an uncompromised position in said position because you're put in those situations. And I don't know, who, where, what, why, and how. But the obvious point, like you stated, if they were investigating you for having all these young girls at your house and all these old men coming in on a consistent basis, well, it doesn't take much to put two and two together. But it doesn't really surprise me. But for some reason, I'm still like, wow, in awe of the ability for people to just ram their head in the sand and go la 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 for this person. In particular, Donald Trump, who's already been convicted of felonies, he's already been, proven to be a liar, who's already, denied being on the list, even though and denied even seeing the list. And he knew he was on the list well before any fucking list was probably even discovered, because he knows his relationship with Epstein. And I would be shitting my pants if I knew this was all about to come to light. And yeah, I am sure, positive, there are many politicians, many FTV people on that list, and each one needs to be investigated individually and brought to freaking justice. Those girls need to be found. They need to give their testimony in safety and sanctuary where they're not going to be exposed, because they have that right. They're victims. And I believe the majority of the reason is that for 110%, there are so many people on that list that not only the CIA or the intelligence community has dirt on and doesn't want to lose that dirt on them, and still wants them to be in their positions of power so they can use that dirt on them. This goes way deeper than Trump, way deeper than Epstein even. And, he was just a facilitator in my mind. And he was getting tons of favors and being put in a position to have leverage over people. And it's a rare person that will not take advantage of those situations. And, the people that are on the list that did not participate, again, they were probably not freaking ignorant of it. Because I don't know about you, but I'm a man. If I was like, hey man, I just got a massage and she gave me a happy ending, man. I didn't even need to ask for it. I mean, I'd be telling everybody at the party.
And
like,
not
hey,
only
man,
that,
happy
she was
ending for the
14 years
massage.
old, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. And that's sick and twisted, and I can't, and another argument they put forth, well, what's the legal age of consent? And I'm like, there is no legal age of consent for prostitution, buddy. Prostitution is prostitution, and if you're a woman giving out handy J's after a freaking quote-unquote massage, I don't know about you, but I've seen plenty of massage parlors go down.
You know a lot about these massage parlors, Steven, so thank you for your insight. We're going to move on.
I got friends.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So thank you, Stephen. We'll go to Chris and then Odie. Where before I go to Chris, I just want to say, because the previous caller mentioned the police, and this is a little off topic, well, maybe way off topic, but I just want to address what he said. The police have two other things that contribute to this kind of cover up. They have something over you kind of thing, and that is the blue curtain and qualified immunity. Now, some of that's being busted open by cameras, but that adds to the protection that's already built in when it comes to holding police accountable when they violate people's Fourth Amendment rights. And I would say that it's sort of like going to Vegas. The House always has the advantage. In these cases, the cops have the advantage, with the exception of when it's captured on video. Chris and Odienware.
Uh-oh, I'm going that way. No problem. Gary.
Chris.
Gary, you've done that thing again I like, where you make a thought-provoking conversation out of something that may just be able to sweep under the rug. Great job, Gary. Another great topic for another great day.
It's not me, it's the people who contribute like yourself.
Well, I'll take some credit, but it ain't up to me. I don't make the topics, and I missed your monologue. Normally it's really good, but I'm sure you've given people a lot of thought-provoking things since I've been here. Now, let's start from where you started at. Gary, I'm actually going to blame you for the reason Trump won't be able to shake this Epstein files. And the reason I say that is not because you were there and you have detailed information. No, it's because you are giving thought-provoking conversation that is going to leave us to continue to think about this even after the 5 weeks of them trying to shut down Congress. The reason I say that is because the questions that you're asking in here are the questions anybody that has ever had a RICO in their community knows. It takes about 5 to 8 years before that RICO gets to about 98%. They don't need 16 of them. They know everybody coming and going when they write that RICO out. They are investigating every single catering company in your example, or every single hired vendor that could have been in place of those crimes prior to those crimes getting out and the public knowing about the RICO, or any type of investigation done by the FBI. They have 16 years of this information, and we all know it. Now, we all know that Trump can't shake this because Trump has a problem doing the shaking correctly. He is literally shaking in his boots. And every chance he gets, he wants to defame the next person or pass blame on the next person instead of standing in front of this and saying, like everybody in here kind of said, well, he was a friend of mine. I did not know what was going on. Here's the documentation. I'm also with Merrill. I don't care about a list. The list can be compiled by the files once we all get the files. Because if you give us the files, then we can dictate who was there and how long they were there and what they possibly went for. And then you can go investigate the actual victims and give the victims either a voice or give the information or the victims, what is it, not deposition, but when they give their accounts of it all. We could get that out the files.
Victim statements.
Victim statements, thank you. We can get those out the files. So assuming that we need another 6 months, 8 months, 2 years to get this information when the documentation and the files have already been compiled. Thank you, Pam Bondi, for opening up your big mouth and telling the world that you had all the files sitting directly on your desk, so we at least know that they're real. Thanks, Trump, for saying, hey, we're going to release these documents the moment I get back in office because we're going to get those criminals out of here, those Democratic criminals out of here that was going to Epstein's files. Thank you guys for pushing the narrative enough for now us to have thought-provoking conversation about why are y'all hiding it. See, it was easy when you wasn't trying to hide it and you said you were going to do it and then you were going to release some and not all, and then you did release what people thought would have been enough, but everybody knew that wasn't enough. But you played the game so long that the road ended, but the game's still playing. Now your toes is at the end of the ledge or the end of the cliff, and you have to jump now. And it's crazy to witness it. And we'll go to the game, so I don't want to hold you up too long because I think right there just basically told us. I just want to answer a question honestly. I didn't want to go into all the details and everything, but the Ghislaine Maxwell thing is very, very interesting to me. It's because that woman had the rights and the ability to speak for herself, to free herself from a lifetime of prison. You know what she didn't do? She didn't utilize all the information that she had to free herself.
Well, as Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney keeps saying, whenever anybody will listen, my client is not.
He did not give all the information to a person that could have saved herself. Why wouldn't she save herself with all that information? Instead, now, hello?
Yeah, I answered you prematurely because your audio dropped out.
I'm sorry. Right.
I said, as her attorney repeatedly says to anyone who will listen, my client is not suicidal. That's a message he's sending, that if she suddenly ends up swinging from the rafters of her cell, she is not suicidal.
Well, Gary, and that's funny because my look at this is she's not going to be suicidal.
Well, that's your point. That was your point.
Well, just yesterday, she showed back up to prison with a box of goodies.
Right.
And who gets the box of goodies? Normally the person who works with the people.
Well, the important thing is the reason
okay.
she kept her mouth shut, it could be extrapolated from what her attorney said. The reason she kept her mouth shut, as you pointed out, by not revealing the names, is because she is not suicidal. What she's intimating is, had she released that stuff, she may have suddenly committed suicide. That's what he's intimating.
Well, again, I'm with you on, hey, if they had 16 years of documentation on this situation, we shouldn't have to wait another 6 months to figure out if this information is
right. And you're absolutely right that only in the most complex of cases, which this may very well be, does it go even 5 years. So
yeah,
I've
watched many in my city to take down 40 plus people in less than 8 years.
Oh, they do it in months usually.
And that's my gist of that part of the conversation. But that also is why personally I don't believe he'll be able to shake this, is because people like you who are continuously asking the thought-provoking question that takes that top layer off. Somebody also said that, those people were high-profile people in those places, and maybe they wanted something over them. Yeah, I'm sure if they had that documentation, it would be hard for any intelligence to want to give that information up because the intelligence is the power. I think we see that currently with the Republican Party and how Donald Trump can tell everybody that I can do what I want to do. I'll primary you if you don't follow my rules, and everybody has to do what I have to say because intelligence, current intelligence on doing that to people is being able to know that you can sue or take them to court or primary them. That's the intelligence. The same intelligence goes with the documentations of these P-files of people that actually was involved in that at the highest levels of our either government or our financial circles in the country. Hey, that information should come out, but we all know that if it did come out, it could shake this country to a position of failure. And I think it should, because I'm one of those people that says children deserve to be safe at any cost in this country, in any country in this world. Children should be the first instance of people who deserve to be safe. I think God, or the Bible actually spoke about protecting children and women, and I think this would be both of them. So if we have the Christian-based religion people in here, I don't want to, no disrespect to anybody's religion, but if you have a sense or inkling that you have any Christianity beliefs, you would understand that this would be the perfect time to stand up on those and make those people have to stand up on them too, who told you that they were running or being politically driven by those factors of doing things right by the Christian faith. This would be it, making sure the children and the women are completely safe by exposing the criminals and the pedophiles that would have did this to these people and got to go under the radar because they got air quotes the big fish. When he honestly might have been just the smallest stick in the pond and the easiest to catch up on. Hey guys, thank you. Gary, you do a great job every time, man. Keep going with the room and please don't let this die down because this is the beginning of opening up our world into a new world. And hopefully we don't have AI take over where we can't do this type of stuff because they dictated that we can't anymore before we get real truth. Real truth needs to come before AI takes us over. And I land there.
I actually did an experiment involving AI yesterday, and what I asked it to do, it did so fast and so well. And I understand that it is a job that there are thousands of people who are gainfully employed doing that work. And it just took the task I gave it and it spit it out in like 3 seconds, literally.
Well, Gary, the information I'm speaking of is if AI gets the ability to, let's say, do mass surveillance or some type of hard police work
Oh,
style.
I'm sure that's going on already. I'm sure that's going on already.
What I'm saying is, if that becomes the case, then we get open to it and allow it without any of this information. Once you start seeking about this information in spaces like this, Gary, I would have to be concerned for your health, your safety, because we didn't get the information prior to the big wig, the people at the top who could have been influenced or doing these things that he's speaking, now have the power to control us in that manner. Hey, we won't have this conversation tomorrow. Why? Because Gary had 3 guys in black suits show to his house, and we don't see Gary anymore. And that's the biggest fear that I had, is we need this type of information before the big takeover of information, AI information, because who's to say how they utilize it and try to control us back down to where we don't actually have these type of conversations or speak of these type of things, because we don't have control anymore. And I'll land there, like I said. Thanks.
The technology is there already, Chris. They're using it in the Chinese Communist Party is using it, and everybody's required to have a smartphone, and the smartphone tells them where they have been, who they've had contact with, and if you have contact with the wrong people, then you can have your ability to get on public transportation taken away from you, the amount of food that you can get at the store reduced. And so if somebody is saying something that is unpopular to the government there, and he or she is my friend or my coworker or my relative, and I visit them or I communicate with them, there will be an alert through their algorithm that says that I've had contact with that person, and I will be receiving punitive measures. It's all designed to prevent that person from spreading their opinions that the government there does not want discussed. So what Chris is talking about is not a hypothetical, only in terms of whether it ever is implemented in the United States, but the technology is already there. David, I'm not going to be able to get to you because you came on the stage too late, but Odeonware, you get the last.
Thank you very much, Gary. It's been a long time. I come sometimes, but I've been so busy. Worked up now because I have to work harder now. All the things I told you before the elections so that Trump is going to destroy your judiciary and Trump is going to make a mess. Are you hearing me, Gary?
Yes.
Trump is going to mess for America. And I think that is going to demystify the greatness of America. All things are coming to come. Building is. Trump is going to destroy America, so I'm just here on the sidelines waiting, taking all my predictions I said before the election. But let me go to the Epstein case. Trump is such a fool that he made noise about Epstein. Should I just keep quiet? Nobody really cares about Epstein. I don't care. I mean, I wish him the worst. But why were you making noise about it? Why did you make it a campaign issue? Now you can't fulfill. Trump is listed there. In fact, today I just saw a news from an ABC reporter where the DOJ is going to give Ghislaine some form of limited immunity. Why? Of all people. But like I said, there's nothing Trump is doing now that is surprising me. You know me. I was predicting from the onset. I was shouting. I was screaming. Don't let this lunatic get that power. But people thought I was crazy. Even caused some fights with certain people. They told me to go back to my country. I'm not American. It's okay. So I'll just be there watching. He can't escape Epstein. He can't escape Epstein. There are just too many pictures, too many stories. Today he said, that the letter that he saw was maybe somebody wrote the letter and wrote his name. He can't just shake off Epstein. And again, it is his fault because he made it a campaign issue. The Republicans thought that they could set the Democrats. They could call the Democrats pedos, all those things. Now, everybody's defending Trump. What a shame. Anyway, Gary, thank you for your time. Like I told you, all the things that are predicted to happen in America is happening. I mean, yesterday, I heard Marshall arguing with someone about the banana republic. I am living in a banana republic. America is becoming a banana republic. When you are Attorney General, he's flaunting rules. Your president is flaunting rules. That's how banana republics are made, if you don't know. Thank you very much. I yield.
Yeah, I specifically meant that we're not a banana republic with a junta, right? We still have local elections, we still have statewide elections, we still have national elections. We have many, many, many problems, but we are not a banana republic. And saying that we are takes us to a place where I don't think we get serious things done, and I think it makes it that much harder to get people to the middle to have the needed reforms necessary for government.
I'm saying America is heading towards there. Look at the actions of Bondi. Look at the people Trump appointed, Cash Patel, Dan Bongino.
Okay, if you would like my opinion, yes, the United States could be headed there, but it's not because of Donald Trump. It's because of Donald Trump and all of the other presidents that we've ever had who have grown the executive branch into a kingship. Donald Trump is not the first president to have king-like powers. Joe Biden had them, Obama had them, George W. Bush had them, Clinton had them, George H.W. Bush had them, Reagan had them. No, that's not my point. My point is that people are mad at the power of the executive, which they are, and they want it to be less powerful, then they need to address the power of the executive, not simply the office, not simply the person in the office, right? So that would have meant when Joe Biden had power, the Democratic Party should have said, the executive is too powerful, we need to go back to Congress and have Congress limit the executive's power. But here's the problem. Whenever either party is in power, they're like, no, it's my guy, so taking the power is tight, controlling the power of the executive is cool, but when it's the next dude, it's dictatorial, it's Hitler-esque, it's Gestapo, and it winds up in this place where both parties point their fingers to the other, and all that happens is that the executive office gets more and more and more powerful, so that ideas like the unitary executive theory actually have purpose because of the way we think of the executive, and because of the amount of power we have given the executive. The unitary executive theory would not be such a powerful argument had we not had, say, the Patriot Act. The presidency would not be nearly as powerful, and it would be more repellent to the American public. My point is, it is not repellent to the American public because we have grown used to the imperial presidency. And it is that imperial presidency which we should seek to reduce, regardless of what party we are actually in.
I think you and Odin were basically agree, believe it or not. Folks, we're here Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. New York time, so until 5 p.m. New York time on Monday. The next edition of the Critical Thinking Forum. Everybody be safe, be well, have a great weekend, and peace out.
they weren't reporters. There were actual Palestinians that were on Zoom. But when it comes to, like, Al Jazeera uses a lot of the bloggers. I'm sure others do too, but not the mainstream media because they didn't have a relationship with them. These bloggers, these YouTubers that were in Gaza, that were already writing about the atrocities in Gaza before October 7th. So Al Jazeera just switched over and said, "Could we work together?" But Western media sources, it never occurred to them to go and work with brown people.
This is what I do, right? I look at the Times of Israel, I look at Haaretz, I look at the CNN, and I look at a whole bunch of these mainstream, right? And a lot of times there's truth somewhere in the middle. You see what I'm saying? So Times of Israel will report it was Hamas that was the suspect of Hamas was there or something that got killed. If you go to Al Jazeera, it'll be like a pro-Bali source. Oh, they just killed like 20 people. Same news. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like 20 people.
it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something, if Israel says something that's critical of Israel, the Times of Israel says something that's critical of Israel, that's more credible than Al Jazeera saying something that's critical of Israel.
Yeah.
If Al Jazeera says something critical of Palestinians, that would be more credible than if Israel said something critical of Palestinians. So, you base you pick the sources that are most credible for the answers you're looking for.
I like Haaretz, man. I like Haaretz. So their stories, oh my God, on point, man.
Yeah,
Even Wall Street can't even compare to Haaretz. Haaretz stories, oh my God, on point. And the shit that they write against Israel and support of Palestine, I like it. I think, and the guy at the publisher at the London conference, he said Hamas is resistant fighters. They should put sanctions on Israel, and that was it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to, dive into this newspaper. I'm gonna become a member of it.
I think they're sanctioned in Israel.
Yeah, they put sanctions on the Haaretz, and so there's no government contracts anymore. But they still have millions of subscribers. And there's one or two towns inside Israel where the mayor of I forgot the name of the town. They blocked the sale of Haaretz because Haaretz is like a leftist.
Yeah.
And some of these Israelis, they think that this is anti-Israel newspaper, anti-this, anti-this, and I think some of the narrative comes off as like anti-Zionist narrative. You see what I'm saying? And it's one of the oldest newspapers since 1920s.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting, man.
Yeah, they have a huge subscriber base too.
Hey, Shape, everybody, if you guys want to come on up. I don't know what you guys doing. I'm not sending you guys invite because I turned off the hand raising. Unmute, come on up. You don't need invitation, guys.
Shape, come on up, Shape. I know you're...
Hey, what's up? Welcome, Bezzy. Welcome, Shape.
Alaikum assalam. Shape is, it's Friday, so I'm sure the Shisha Pipe is coming out.
Yeah, of course. He's in his backyard in the pool.
Walaikum salam.
So, Shape, you've been hanging out with the Zionists recently? Today, yesterday? No? Are they toning down a little bit in some of the rooms?
Oh, you want to hear the most stupidest thing that Amr said? He said that Israel is going through a starvation too.
Well, I mean, they are pretty chunky people.
What did he say?
He said that Israel is going through, that both sides are going through starvation.
I mean, they are pretty chunky people.
Where the fuck did he get that from?
Well, I'll tell you where.
Palestine.
No,
Palestine was there.
There's a very logical explanation, and it's true. It's true. So, okay, no. I remember that. Everybody's going crazy with that.
They're starving for their humanity. Yeah.
No, this is why Amos has a point. So after October 7th, they stopped letting Palestinians that worked, hundreds of thousands of them in Israel, and a lot of them were chefs. A lot of them were chefs in restaurants. So, now you have Israelis or Indians
And now they're going Indians. So
Now they're cooking, and so their diet has been diminished, and I feel bad for them. I really do. I mean, they're mixing curry with hummus. It's getting really bad.
I don't know how these brains work. They just build a complete different dimension and live in it.
That's what I'm saying. A society like that will not last.
I'm gonna ask him why he said that stupid shit.
No, but this is honestly, it really, when you used to learn about how Nazi society operated, this is what it's taking me back. When people like this Amos and his ilk talk and give their narrative, it reminds me of what we were taught about the Nazis and how they used to act, how they used to talk about themselves. It's just insane.
Well, the Nazis, though, I mean, they were bad. I mean, obviously, but the thing about them is, we knew what they wanted. They knew what they wanted. They said, we are the superior race, our objective is to build and maintain the superior race and to get rid of those that are inferior. And to rule as much of the world as possible. Like, they had clear objectives. But
the Zionists don't?
No, the Zionists, the Zionist objectives, they hide them behind,
I don't
their
think
own.
they hide them.
No, well, they hide from themselves. They hide them from themselves. They say how this is right. This is, oh no, this, they have this moral compass, which they call Judaism, and they base it on Judaism, but Judaism has nothing to do with what they're doing.
For their own political gains.
So they lie to themselves first, so by the time they get to everybody else, by the time it gets to us, it's no longer a lie, it's something that's even past a lie.
Yeah, but they've convinced themselves, they're told the lie that many times to themselves.
Yes.
That it's become their truth.
Exactly.
It's insane.
So we got the UN chief says Gaza hunger a moral
Zionists kicked me off.
crisis. Yeah. The UN chief says Gaza hunger and moral crisis. Aid is set to be scaled up in case of truce.
There was another thing, I'm not sure if you picked up on it. I believe, I'll have to find the article again. I believe there was an internal investigation. Was it by USAID? That they've concluded that there was no systematic looting of aid by Hamas. Or there was no looting of aid. Let me just double check and find the article.
Yeah, see what the source is, please.
Bear with me.
Hey, what's up, Simone? Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Funny enough, I just put the same thing in Google. First source is the Times of Israel.
The Times of Israel saying this too?
So there's an article, it says that it's titled, USAID finds no proof Hamas and systematically loots aid, State Department IDF pushback.
That's such bullshit, the that looting thing during starvation.
You said looting or not looting? You said not looting first.
You said looting.
Yeah, so obviously it's in the title. It says no proof Hamas is systematically looting aid or looting aid.
Okay.
So there's no
No,
proof.
no, that's the new thing that they're trying to push is this whole Hamas stealing food, which clearly there is no video.
No, but their own agencies.
It's not a new thing, it's an old thing, TJ.
Yeah, it's an old thing, but they're obviously their own agencies, USAID.
No, like it's like being like now it's like being pushed even like into mainstream right now.
Oh yeah, so I heard a government spokesperson from Israel. He came on Sky News, I believe.
Yeah,
and he said he goes that Israel is allowing aid. The starvation is coming from Hamas starving people. That's what he said.
World Food Program can't debunk that.
Yeah, but their own agencies are debunking them. No one else needs to debunk them. USAID has debunked it.
USAID.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting? You know what's interesting is they always seem to find. So whenever there's something, for example, last time there was a shooting, and they said, "Oh, Hamas shoots its own people."
Yeah.
Why is there no video evidence? Because they have drones in the sky, they have reporters, they've got soldiers.
No, General, it's worse. General, it's worse. That, when they did that, they showed the IDF on their YouTube page.
Yeah, no, we spoke about it. Because it was a completely different
video.
Yeah.
And in that video, all you could see was a couple of militiamen who looked like militiamen shooting at the ground.
Like dispersing the crowd.
Exactly. Yeah. This was their official IDF. Man, you're getting bad at lying.
So was it
good at it.
Systemic or systematic?
Systematic.
Okay, so then they're saying that there isn't a plan by Hamas in place to steal the aid.
Yeah, to loot it. What I was saying is, they have drones in the sky, they've got soldiers on the ground, intelligence agents on the ground. They seem to video everything.
Now they're doing, I see now new videos, they're now doing controlled demolitions of the houses that they destroyed.
Yeah, but they've been doing that for ages.
And no videos.
Controlled demolition, they've just been destroying anything.
No videos of human shields either. I mean, they keep saying human shields.
The only real evidence we have is them doing it.
There are videos of Israelis doing human shields. There's videos of them raping people. There's that. But the counter, in terms of proof, nothing.
Well, guys,
you see, there's a phrase that really rings to mind, and it's quite poignant and quite accurate. Every accusation is a confession.
Yeah, where did that come from? Yeah, I've heard this.
That was me. That was me, guys.
Every accusation is a
confession.
That sounds like something I would say, guys.
So Mahmoud Aouda, on the guy I watch on YouTube every day, every evening, when he gives us a report on Israel and politics and what's happening in Gaza. He's said this multiple times. Every accusation is a confession by these people, meaning the IDF or Israel.
Some of the pictures coming out. Honestly, there was a BBC article I was reading, and I'm thinking to myself, it was about a disabled boy, and he died. He literally reminded me of pictures again.
Yeah, I saw that. They didn't even blur his face or anything.
No, they didn't.
And
the pictures I saw, in school about the Holocaust, that's what it fucking reminded me of.
Yeah.
People, it's not a nice picture. And imagine the countless families, kids, having to go through this. They're literally dying. And the rest of the world is fucking sitting on its laurels, debating whether to recognize a Palestinian state or not.
No. General, let me correct you. The whole global south and
the global south generally recognizes it. The Western world, sorry.
The people that have the money and ability to actually stop it don't want to do it, and that's a problem.
Yeah, but apparently I was reading that Israel has now authorized, I think it was Middle Eastern countries, correct me if I'm wrong, it's allowed Middle Eastern countries to airdrop aid into Gaza now. I might be wrong, I read that somewhere earlier on in the morning.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if you came across anything
but then
similar.
the report which I've gotten is when the aid comes, then obviously the people now go to get the aid, right? So as soon as the people get there, the Israelis basically play a red light, green light from the
shooting,
and they just shoot them.
Yeah, I read that story too. They put, because you see the red light when you're in that maze thing. That means stop, and then green light means you move forward, and they'll do they'll put the green light on and then turn it red and then shoot you.
Yeah, but the difference here is there is no actual red light, green. It's just
they have lights.
It's very similar to that TV show, and it's very
but no, they do have lights. This is what they actually literally are doing. They have lights and it tells you, okay, red, stop, when you're in line, you don't move forward from, when you go into the maze thing, at the end of the maze, then there's a big area, then you go up like to the area to get your food. So red, and then when it turns green, you move forward, and it's your turn to get the food. But it'll go red to green, and then as soon as you step out, red, and then they shoot you, and they laugh about it.
That is psychotic as fuck.
I know.
did not know.
With regards to what you're saying, you know what's really frustrating and disheartening is when you look at the pictures and images of people clamoring for aid on top of each other. These people have literally got nothing on their plate. You can see how malnourished they are. What I find frustrating, and actually it's quite upsetting to an extent, that we're seeing people that have been forced into such desperation that they're clamoring over each other with their empty dishes for aid. And a lot of these people are probably my parents' age, my grandparents' age, my siblings' age, people younger than me. People can't handle this. I can't, and I'm a cunt. With regards to, I'm very cold.
When did you become a cunt?
He's a cunt.
I was born a cunt.
That's how Europeans talk. No, we don't use cunt here.
It's not American.
No, I was just wondering what date. Do you have a time and date stamp? When did it happen?
Was brought there. No, I get it, Lisa, but the problem is that they also have to do it under the guise of the legal protocols, right? So they're going to use all these pieces under the legal guise in order to use the smoke and mirrors. That's the point, right? They can't go on and just go on a rampage and do whatever the hell they want, even though they've been doing that. They still got to do it under the legal guise. So they're going to question her and act like they're giving her immunity and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just a bunch of bullshit at the end of the day. So you think Gasoline went in there with all her notes and all her stuff and wasn't assured that she was going to get off? I mean, what the fuck? That she could have went the other route, if that was the case, and give Trump's dumbass up. That's what she could have did.
But limited immunity means that it's limited. It doesn't mean that she didn't have full immunity. She only has limited immunity, so it's only parts and pieces to her. So what are the parts and pieces that she's actually got, we don't know.
No, so pretty much when they talk about, when they say limited, they're talking about proffer, right? So like, that means like whatever she gives as an answer means that they can't use it later to prosecute her.
Exactly.
So it's so when you say limited immunity, it doesn't mean you're immune from cookies and ice cream, right? So whatever answer she gives, it just protects her from future, from like someone coming after her because now she gave answers. Because you got to remember that when they did ask her questions, she pleaded the fifth. So now she might be answering the questions that she pleaded the fifth on. So if they and that's what they mean by that. It's just proffer. That's it.
Well, Dr. AG's agreeing with me. She's like, it's not full or absolute though. And that was the point I was making. I understand that it's not cookies and cream, but I get
No. What I'm saying is, so limited is based, when they're giving her limited immunity, right? That's proffer immunity. So that means like, if they ask you, like say they're giving you limited immunity, that is based off the questions that they ask you. So your immunity is based off whatever questions they ask you and the answers that you give. So if they ask her, it's not like it's just on, it's in a certain area and they can ask her in this area and then start asking in that area and then now she fucked herself. No, whatever they ask her, that is what the limitations is.
She's just trying to find a way to get the fuck out of jail. At any way possible, and any means possible. That's just the bottom.
Let's also remember, she's a convicted liar, right? Like, she was convicted of perjury. So whatever she provides, it's like, not, like, even if she were to become a witness at a trial, it would basically be, it could easily be treated as unreliable. In fact, it probably should be.
She's presented over 100 names. and that's all that's going to matter. When they put her in front of Congress, as I said previously, CEO and Anthony, you guys can speak to this. If they put her in front of Congress in a congressional hearing, which will probably be one of the biggest congressional hearings of all times, those 100 names that she has already provided, which will likely leak within the next 2 days to the press, those 100 names, likely including Bill Clinton, will be what the public knows. Whether it's the truth or not no longer matters at all.
Yeah, but you just put names out there without any real, without any real facts. That doesn't make sense.
Facts don't matter, man.
Well, I realize that. I do know that. But I'm saying, if you're just putting names out there arbitrarily, I mean, it doesn't make sense. They've already put Obama's name out there as come on, Epstein Island. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just one stupidity after the other.
And see, I think that's why they gave her limited. So, like, say for example, or that profit. So, say for example, they ask her additional questions, and they get now they can't use it against her, but what they can do is they can use what she said for like evidence for other people. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, right. So,
Yeah, like they could use it to inform their investigation.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So it wouldn't be used against her, but they can use it against other people.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think we should be celebrating this because of the 100 names that will leak, it will be Democrats and actors or
100%.
Republicans Trump doesn't like. It's not going to be the entire list.
100%, CEO, and my mom's sitting next to me. We're getting ready to go eat Italian dinner. But this is why I was telling you guys, you need to be worried about the setup because it's not going to be people that it's not going to be everybody, and it's the reason why you did a 2-person proffer and then a limited immunity so that when she testifies, if she testifies what you like, you can grant her a full pardon based upon X, Y, and Z, right? This is why they called the influencers to the White House so that they could prepare and say when Ghislaine testifies, it is going to be she was under duress. This was propagated by evil Democrats. This was coerced, and that's why suddenly now Trump is saying there is a list. So it's on. Anyway, Brian, I know what I'm talking about.
You don't. That's totally not true. You don't know what you're talking about.
You guys. Oh Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, again, the biggest giveaway here.
Hold on, CEO, hold on. Go ahead, Lisa. Lisa.
Hello? You guys got it. Can you guys actually hear me? Because I'm on the bridge again.
No, we can hear you now. We can hear you.
I just want to tell you guys, and Trent, while he's still on the stage, I really do not care if it's a Democrat, Republican, Independent, whoever. We are, once again, let's remind you, Trump-loving Negroes, that we're talking about children who were raped. I don't give a fuck whose name is a 100. If you have put your member in a child, you deserve to be dealt with to the highest extent of the law, period. Okay? So I don't know why you say get ready. Them motherfuckers need to get ready. Whoever was raping children need to get ready. I don't need to get ready for shit. I didn't do nothing. So that's my whole thing. And of course, Gasoline is trying to get out. I would be trying to get out too. She's a human being. She's a despicable bitch, but she wants to get out. So she's using her leverage. She's been sending notes home, pieces of paper, but not home, giving it to her brother. Her brother said that she's given him pieces of paper from her diary that she writes in every single day. So there is, whatever they don't accomplish, I know she said to them, okay, you fuck around and find out. If you don't let me out of here, I'm going to tell the rest of the, 999 other names. So, yeah, she's doing what she needs to do. I can't stand her. She needs to be in prison for life for what is the word? being a person who supplied these children to these creeps.
A co-conspirator. A co-conspirator.
Yeah. So I don't give a fuck about her. None of these people on this fucking list. They can all go fucking down. Clinton and all the rest of them. So what are you talking about right now? Are you okay?
Yeah. So Lisa, so serious question. I just want to ask you how much the justice is worth to you. Is it worth it for it to only be Democrats and Hollywood actors, and for it not to be Trump? Let me finish, please. And for it to not be Trump, and for it to not be anyone Trump wants to protect, and for her to get a pardon out of this. Is that worth it to you?
You know what, CEO, to be honest with you, one child molester, one person who had sex with somebody in the 8th grade is worth it to me. I don't know what we're doing right now. What are you trying to say?
So
I mean, because it's not. You wanted to lay it out the way you want it laid out. I mean, really.
But Lisa, how do you know that he's not using this as to weaponize against his enemies? This is what you're not understanding. What CEO is getting at, right? So, say for example, he don't like Mikey and Mickey. Mikey and Mickey might have just been on a plane on a flight log. Well, now he can use. But it's a difference because they may have never touched anyone. But because he says it, now it becomes gold. The problem is she should have been able to. She should have had these conversations well before this. Now she's using it as a tool, and he's using it as a tool against his enemies. So we really don't know if these people actually did do something unless those files are released. The files are the evidence. What she has to say means nothing.
But what are in the files? You guys don't even know what are in the files.
Testimony.
Is it what's in the wait. Is what's in the files? Wait a minute. Is what's in the files who had sex with whom?
There are videos. So the young lady testified. The woman that was in New York, the girls that were in Florida have said there are videos throughout the home. They have videos.
Yeah, we talked about that.
There are videos. You think Ghislaine is fucking gonna sit here and give you the on? She's gonna give Trump what he wants so she can get the fuck out. So we really won't know the truth of the matter unless those fucking files are released.
And they won't.
I agree with you.
And to me, it's not worth it. It's a waste of time. Right now, this is for the Anthonys. You see how you put in the chat Democrats are cooked or whatever the fuck you put in there? That's because you got dummies out here that's gonna believe this. Instead of fucking asking, can we get the information? Can we get the information? They're more concerned with seeing their political rivals get maybe blamed for something that they may not have anything to do with. So now while you're thinking, if we could get one person that slept with a 13-year-old, there's a possibility they never touched a 13-year-old. They may have just been on a goddamn flight log.
Yeah. Okay, so if that's the case, okay, you guys got it. I don't have anything else to say because I'm not gonna sit here and try to rationalize. Nah, you guys.
Lisa, this is important. Please do. Please get your point. This is an important conversation.
You're on mute.
I mean, if she's not gonna go, I'll go. I was waiting for Lisa.
About a goddamn woman that fucking trafficked children, so her boyfriend can get his rocks off. Are we really mad about a conversation because someone doesn't agree with her being the center of attention?
I mean, she's accused of rape too.
The only thing I came off tonight to say was the way that Trent was describing the proffer wasn't correct, because it seems to be this thing like the proffer can never be used like against her, and that's not true. There are very limited instances where information that she provides can be used against her. So it's not an absolute guarantee that she will not encounter or incur any damage from this. It's unlikely, but it is not a guarantee. The other thing is a proffer cannot contain any promises related to her case. If the proffer contains that, because all proffers are written, they have to be written, they have to be submitted to her lawyer. Her lawyer is supposed to go over it with her to make sure that her interests are well represented and protected. And when they go before the judge, they have to produce that proffer. And if that proffer contains any promise related to her case, a judge is going to dismiss it. It's going to become null and void because the proffer isn't supposed to, they're not supposed to do that. That's illegal. So those are just like the two things that were stated. I wanted to correct them.
I also want to say, like,
shouldn't the proffer protect her unless she like lies? Like so from my understanding, when it comes to a proffer, like if you lie, then yeah, you fucked, right? Or if you say something that's different, like if you contradict yourself, you're fucked. And that's the only time they can actually use it against you, because it's like
it's not the only time. There are very limited circumstances under which the information that she provides in the proffer
or if they find other proof.
Yeah, because I'm sorry?
If they find other proof.
Right. And then how the proffer would work in that situation is they can't use her quote unquote incriminating information to exacerbate her penalty. So they can't say, well, yeah, she admitted it, so now we want to give her 5 extra years. Like they can't use it to I guess I already repeated that, to exacerbate her penalty.
Oh, the only
I
thing
got
you're
up at
working is a
5.
bottle of
I
vodka
met
right
some
now.
friends.
روق شوي حبيبتي
I know. You guys
Oh,
are
wait,
doing all the
Pearl.
time. Yeah, why?
What do you think? What do you think of what do you think of the killing of the Kurds in Iraq by Saddam Hussein? By what did he use? Nerve gas or some?
That was very regretful, but maybe they shouldn't have been in cahoots with Iran, helping them get over the border.
Regretful.
Helping them get over the border. Helping Iranian enemies infiltrate our country.
She's behind it. How many died? How many died?
How
many died?
It's unclear.
She's done this.
Are hyperbole.
Okay, this is her belief from before. This isn't just tonight. She believes.
No, I said it's regretful. I said it's terrible and it's regretful.
No, it doesn't matter, Shape. This is what she.
They should have betrayed the country for which they live in.
So they deserve to be
openly rebel a dictator.
So they should be killed by chemical weapons.
Regretful is me forgetting to lock the door.
They're asking for trouble. You obviously live in the West, where you have absolutely no idea.
What do you think of Saddam Hussein?
Let me tell you.
What do you think of Saddam Hussein?
Hold on. Let me explain, Pearl. Since you like Webster's dictionary, let me tell you the appropriate use of regretful. Dropping wine on your white dress. Drinking a lot of vodka before 7 o'clock, 7:30.
You don't understand Saddam, so don't talk trash.
Leaving the cake in the oven too long. All of these things are regretful.
Talking shit about Saddam. How much did Saddam help the Palestinians?
Okay, no, let me tell the shit. I want to know, what do you say about Saddam Hussein?
Running out of mascara, that's regretful. Dropping chemical weapons on women and children.
Don't talk about it.
That's not regretful.
She said her words were. Allah yarhamhu.
Yes.
That's what she says about Saddam Hussein.
Palestinians, Edward. What's the problem?
Pearl, what do you make of Tariq Aziz?
Why do you disrespect Saddam?
Why do you not like Tariq Aziz?
Wait, you think I'm going to say it because he helped, or supposedly helped, or let's say he helped Palestinians. He helps Palestinians, and then what? That means he can go and kill tens to hundreds of thousands of innocent people? What are you talking about?
We've been helping. They're innocent. I just told you they helped Iranians cross the border.
They killed everybody. Women, children, old men, young men, everybody. What are you talking about?
Oh, really? They killed everybody?
That's what chemical weapons do. Weapon of mass destruction. There's a reason it's called mass destruction, Pearl.
Shut up.
Pearl, are you Chaldean?
Why is the
Are
Kurdish
you
population?
Yes, she is.
Why is the
You must
Kurdish
be Chaldean, Nina.
Why is the
Like,
Kurdish population
seriously?
50 million then?
You must be
If we killed
Chaldean.
everybody. I'm confused how the Kurdish population is 50 million.
That's not the point. The point is you're fine with that, with Saddam Hussein dropping chemical weapons on them.
You literally said we killed everybody. How are they 50
No.
million?
The ones that the villages that he dropped the chemical weapons
Everybody?
on. Everybody, or near everybody.
That's an exaggeration.
Okay. Women, children, the elderly, infants. Did they not all perish
Maybe
when you did that?
openly rebel against the dictator and help his
Are you
enemies
fucking
cross
serious?
Yes, she's
country
serious. I've
lines.
heard her before.
Yes.
Are you
She's justifying.
serious? Do you
Yeah,
guys
she's
have any
justifying the
idea?
usage
You know,
of
I've
chemical
never
weapons.
in my
Yes.
life heard
When I brought this up, she said Saddam Hussein Ali Yarhamu. That's what she said.
Palestinians
When I brought
agree
this up.
with you. You're disgusting.
No
You know,
Palestinians
you
agree.
know,
Palestinians
what she
agree
should
with you.
hope
None.
is to
None.
be an obedient little bitch when she's when she's frustrated about anything. Just quietly sit in your corner and don't do anything.
Do you believe that she's a cardiologist?
Dumbass. Who is this?
No, absolutely not.
She's a cardiologist.
She's not. If she's a cardiologist, I'm Queen Latifah.
I'm telling you, she's a doctor. She's a cardiologist. On top of that,
There's no
It's really
comparison. There's
insane.
no understanding.
No, none.
What kind of cardiologist is she?
Listen, I didn't design her.
Understanding. I'm a British whore. Like, I don't care
Bitch
who
is
you are.
balking.
I'm not engaging with
This
you.
is
I'm
how she's
talking to
defending
Edward.
herself.
Why so much vodka, Pearl? Why?
I'm talking to Edward. Excuse me.
She must be stressed.
Edward does not have a British accent.
Yeah, well, I don't know why he's talking. Like, he's no good.
Yeah, she's
You're
definitely
not
had
a
vodka.
friend.
Hello, yes. Are you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Go on.
Okay, yeah. The lady called General. I don't know what is offering in this room. Why you guys don't take care of her? To put her down.
The lady called
Put her down. Put her down.
Yeah, General.
Yeah, the lady went after General, so now it's time to put her down. But when she goes after Edward,
Amir.
no, nothing.
Yalla.
It's the British accent.
Kick me down.
It seems like we are talking here about something
You would do
serious,
me a
and then-
favor rather
then
than
you guys are
engaging with
asking
people
one
with
another.
half a brain. Half a brain. Yes,
Pearl,
Allah.
you won't say that using chemical weapons is bad,
Like
right?
you guys, yes, I agree. It was bad.
But
She would have took him to the Philippines and had him killed for $500.
Period. What we talking about? Listen, the men in my family don't even play like that. Like, what are we talking about? So we are literally.
Imagine your daddy and family have sex in common.
Yeah.
So gross. Disgusting.
That shit is disgusting.
Yeah. But
Can you
it's
imagine
like,
somebody playing and recording and they talking about your daddy grabbing females by the pussy?
But
I'd
y'all
be
okay
embarrassed
with
as
that?
fuck.
And the
Exactly.
magazine has nothing to say about that. They gloss over that shit all the time, Patty, which aggravates the fuck out of me.
100% agree, and I think I'm glad that Haitians said something. It is an important distinction because, as you pointed out, we're talking about a man. His language is, as he's written off as, oh, it's just locker room talk. Even though he talked about his sexualizing his own daughter. She wasn't my daughter. Man, look at her. She's smoking. Peeping into the beauty pageant locker rooms and bathrooms. We have now seen, like, this isn't January 6th, right? We're not seeing Trump apologists for January 6th and like, oh, the election was stolen. We're actually seeing they're showing themselves. There have been multiple MAGAs that have been, I'm sorry to say it, not if this is not a bridge too far for them, you're a petty apologist, saying like, oh, well, it's I swear, like, there have been rooms this week where some folks have been literally all but saying, well, 13, 14, is that really a kid? Were they wearing a lot of
Exactly. What the hell is that about?
Yeah. it's like, you know, those nasty attorneys that can get in the courtroom and grill adult women, right? That were sexually assaulted, and then they, you know, they go up, you know, the defense attorneys, right? And when they're like, well, was it not true you were wearing a very short skirt on that particular evening? Is it not true that you were wearing excessive makeup? You know, it's that kind of line of questioning that is so sick and perverted that is, again, like literally truly blaming the victim. Never mind that gasoline was first apparently started vetting out and recruiting these underage women at Mar-a-Lago. There's a whole political article to the fact that backs that up, that has interviews with a couple of these masseuses that remembers the specifics of the time of day when she was approached by Maxwell and said, hey, I hear you're a good masseuse. You know, my boss is looking for his private masseuse on this exotic island. Who's going to say no to that, right? And she further says that when we got there, we were essentially forced to have sex with Epstein's friends. What is their motivation for lying? They're not politically aligned. They didn't think they're going to sue this billionaire, hundreds of millions. They're speaking the truth. But yet these MAGAs stand on their square and 10 toes down that, no, not the Messiah, because, hey, if he's on that list, well, what about Clinton? What about all these other guys? What about Prince so-and-so? And absolutely, at least 100,000,000%, I don't give a fuck what side of the aisle. If you're on that list, you're on that list, and you need to be absolutely held accountable to the full extent of the law. But these MAGAs are so diseased, and I'm so glad they're truly showing their true colors, because this makes January 6th look like a meeting at the lodge that got a little out of hand, like a bar fight. Like, you're talking about standing behind someone who there's all kinds of arrows pointing to him and Epstein, and knowing and participating with these underage women. Shame on you.
I agree with you, Moose. Oh my God, I so agree with everything.
And I want to say something to Dr. AG real quick. Dr. AG, you are not just a girl. But I have learned on this app, and even having these women are a lot smarter than the men.
Yes.
Even the fucking Suklas on the fucking app.
Oh, not
Sukla says some crazy shit, but Sukla will twist history, but she has dates. How she twisted, I have no idea. But she has the dates. She can go back and forth with men. Like, women are smarter than a lot of these men. So just be a girl, because you know what? Girls are way smarter than these men on this app. We've been
rules nationwide to even wake up and
Yeah. With that being said,
it's just not being explained simply enough. Or
ladies.
Okay, my bad. Yeah.
There's millions.
I just want to say this, right?
No, I'm saying that the ladies are usually smarter than the men. You know, on this app. I'm just talking about this app.
But Patty, in real life, it's the same way. Y'all be out down for so.
Let me say this, right? In Kansas City, in Missouri, there is an actual state senator who tried to introduce a bill to literally say that it would be legal for you to be able to marry a girl at 12 years old. This is the kind of weird shit that I'm talking about. Like, this is the shit that's going on around the country, not in just what's happened on the federal side, but on the local side. They are introducing bills to be able to lower the age of marriage and consent in a lot of states. This is not funny anymore. This is dangerous as fuck. And we need to really be mindful on that.
Everybody, we finished for the day.
This is Maxwell's attorney talking.
Started this morning right around 9 o'clock and went to now lunchtime, and we're finished after all day yesterday and today. Glenn answered every single question asked of her over the last day and a half. She answered those questions honestly. proud of how the process has worked over the past day and a half. I will say this, she has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years. She didn't get a fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply in the Supreme Court on her cert petition on Monday. Remember, people have questioned her honesty, which I think is just wrong. Remember, a juror lied to get onto the jury, admitted to lying to get onto her jury. She did not get a fair trial. No prosecutor even mentioned her until Epstein died. So we feel that the process for Ghislaine has been unfair. She was denied bail. She was treated worse than an animal would be treated in jail when she was first held, woken up every 15 minutes. So we're just trying to get through the process where we are now and get her some relief. So that's where we are today. Do you feel like you're going to get some relief as a result of the conversation you've had in the last couple of days? We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that this was the first opportunity she's ever been given to answer questions about what happened. And so the truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, and she's the person who's answering those questions. We don't think this will affect her appeal. We're appealing on a very important ground, which is the government at the time promised Jeffrey Epstein that any potential co-conspirators would not be prosecuted. And so she deserves that promise. And I'm surprised. I don't think President Trump knows that the Justice Department took the position that that promise should not be upheld. President Trump is the ultimate deal maker. He knows that a promise made on behalf of the government should bind the government. And so we're hoping the Supreme Court agrees with us that when the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida promised that no potential co-conspirators would be prosecuted, that bound the Southern District of New York as well. Are you looking for a new deal here? I'm sorry?
That was it.
So you all aren't very concerned after hearing his comment?
Who's you all?
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Worried about which part? Like, what do you mean by that?
He sounds way too comfortable. He sounds very, like they had a very productive meeting. And I think you said it earlier, Your Honor, this is all going to be PR and politics. This is not going to be about justice. And Trump is crafting a way to basically get away from all this scot-free, just use it as a political football, and it end up being damaging to one side of the aisle and not the other.
It's already damaging. It's already damaging to Trump and the MAGA side. It doesn't even matter what happened.
Yeah, but the biggest giveaway to this was that Pam Bondi was not in the room. Instead, it was the person Trump's been working with for years. So this is all structured just to go cut sweat. Y'all can believe in unicorns and Santa Claus if you want to, but this is being structured to benefit Trump.
I agree with the.
I mean, I realize that, but the way you're positioning it makes it seem like we're trying to defend things that come out like, if Clinton was involved. We don't give a fuck.
No, I'm not.
All he said was, you don't see this as problematic. That's all he said. That's it.
Yeah, I think the more of this that comes out, people are going to see right through whatever the results are. So I don't really care if actors or Democrats. People are going to know that Republicans are also in MAGA and Trump.
But they're not going to be named.
It doesn't matter.
It's going to be the narrative. The narrative will cut one way.
Ghislaine is already damaged goods, and she's already perjured.
That's for you, though. You got to remember his base is loyal. So when they get enough information, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, we're satisfied.
I don't believe that. I think that they are going to want specifics. Them people not playing. They want to know. And Pam Bondi already said that there are people named in them files, but they don't have enough information to prosecute the people. Those MAGA, they want to know them names. I think y'all are underestimating them or overestimating Trump's magical power over them. I think this child sex thing, it is an obsession with these people. Justice against child sex predators is an obsession with these people. And I think he's scrambling, but I think throwing them these crumbs, it's not going to work.
I don't know, maybe
Dr.
maybe I'm
AG,
not
but
saying.
all these, so even with the documentaries, these women have already spoke on what happened with Trump, and like the two girls, the girl that was working in the mansion and the sister that was recruited, she's already had that conversation. They didn't give a fuck then. Like, now they're upset when it's already been revealed that this is a lot of this information is not new.
Yeah, I think the implication of the children.
I want to ask Dr. AG a question real quick.
But I'm gonna.
Okay, so Dr. AG, I just want to ask you a question because I want to make sure I'm saying this. You're understanding me. I'm saying they are going to get names. MAGA will get names, but the only names they'll get are Democrats and Hollywood actors. You don't think we'll be very satisfied and thrilled with that and giddy either?
No.
I think they're going to see.
I do not.
The cat's out of the bag here.
So these people that you always complain about how stupid they are.
You don't hear me say
voting for
that.
Trump. Yeah, well, I'm just giving a general opinion.
Okay.
I know Scotty has definitely said it. So for stupid, 99% of the time, but this is the one time you think that they're going to express some level of nuance and see through something. Guess what? It's a dopamine hit for them. All the MAGA influencers will take this and amplify it. It will make their views and their engagement go through the roof, and it will be amplified so heavily that people will believe it because it keeps getting shoved down their throat.
This is red meat for the MAGA that is already defending pedophilia and Trump anyway.
No.
It's not going to convert people who've already left the ship because they're not going to buy Ghislaine Maxwell as the definitive testimony.
Scotty.
It's not going to happen.
Like, literally, it's the same people who were, like, all focused on this, and then when they threw out the Obama stuff, they started paying Obama. It will convince all of them, right? And then, I hate to say it, but there's a whole bunch of independents that don't normally pay attention to politics, and they'll just hear this story. They won't have all the other context.
It's not going to convince Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No.
They want red meat. They want it now. You did not feed them when they wanted it. You said you was going to feed them. They're waiting and waiting and waiting. And now you're supposed to bring the plate. You're saying, oh, actually, there's nothing there. So people are going to be doubtful, even if you show them the proof. You show them the proof, all the documents, even if, let's just say he did or he didn't. Either way, they're not going to believe you because you held it so long. And that's going to be the issue. So even if every document said it was him or every document said it wasn't him, they're not going to believe you. Now, he effed up his base. The first thing he should have done is, this is what happened. Put everything on the table. Because you held it back, they don't believe you anymore. And now your base is fading away.
And now all of your credibility is hinging on Ghislaine Maxwell, who's already a convicted sex trafficker, and that's what you're going.
No. You said the top person who normally doesn't go from DC to a Florida prison to go talk to her in person. That never happens. By you doing that, you're already showing your cards. If you send an average attorney to go deal with that and interrogate her, get some information, fine, because it's not a big deal. You send your top guy, your top person, to go deal with that, it shows a lot.
Why are you not sending somebody else? No, you send your top person because you're trying to hide something, or you're not trying to hide something. Either way, it looks bad. PR, it looks horrible in every way, shape, or form. So now you have to do something about it. And yet, and on top of that, remind you, they send everybody on vacation. So they didn't vote on it. That's another issue as well. There's too many different things you did to make people doubt. It's not just your voice, it's everything around it that you did on top of that. So people are not going to believe you. Either way, if they get the proof or not, they're not going to believe you. So now your base is fading. And let's see what happens at the next elections. The local elections, don't be surprised if it's another blue wave and you guys, oh, what happened? No, you shot yourself in the foot. You created this monster. And you're the only one to blame.
And we're also assuming that more shit isn't going to come out between now and whenever the next shit goes down. That's going to be...
See, that's what I think is the big wild card here. Is this dude's made a lot of enemies. And I believe that there is more out there that would make him look bad. Because this drip that's been happening, I don't think that's just good reporting. I think there's people out there who have stuff on them that have been like tripping it out. And I think there's probably more, but I don't know that obviously.
You have to understand, people are pissed. People are pissed. You're broke? Food got expensive? Your friends, family members getting laid off? Budget cuts here, budget cuts there. You think people are going to be happy about you? They're going to take it out. And who's the person that's going to take it out? Is you. The same way when you was running the White House last time, everybody turned on you. Everybody you hired, little by little, kept on turning on you, talking shit about you, quitting and talking about you right the next day. What do you think? This is going to be the same thing. You set yourself up for this. I really do. He set himself up for this.
Hey, Anthony, what do you think?
Southport corridor with no HOA. You heard that
That's
right.
all I'm saying.
This townhome has 3 bedrooms.
I'm just in listening mode. I feel like,
it was renovated
100%. The Republicans are going to reverse the trend, and they're going to pick up seats in the midterms. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. I think it's looking Memphis bleak for the Democrats.
We talking about Trump.
I'm sorry. Anthony, let me give you a better question. Anthony, let me give you a better question.
The gentleman was saying, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to give you a better question. What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen if they release names and it's only Democrats in Hollywood? Do you think that the MAGA audience will be satisfied, or will see through that and want more?
I think the MAGA audience will be satiated 1,000%. And I think that it's, like, if you think about the mood in this very room, I love Lisa. Lisa, whatever. She can feel however she wants to. I like Lisa. She's a good person. Lisa was the biggest Ghislaine cheerleader on the app. She was excited when she heard about Ghislaine. Ghislaine is going to say what she needs to say in favor of Trump. All right? Look, if they have proof that Trump molested kids, let him burn in hell. All right? Yo, you tell me where I got to flip the switch for the electric chair and let that nigga burn in hell.
Because I'm kind of confused on what you're...
I don't know, Patty. Listen, if you're saying that you don't understand what I'm saying, I apologize.
Yeah, I really don't. Honestly, I don't understand where you're going.
I'm saying that I think that once Ghislaine puts out the names, I agree 100% with CEO's assessment. The base is going to be satisfied. They're going to be happy with the information she provides, and the information she's going to provide is going to be pro-Trump. And I think he's spot on in his assessment. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I agree too. I think she's going to give him, whether it's true or not, she's going to give him what they want to hear.
I just want to know, Anthony, are you still supporting Trump through all of this? That's what I want to know, because I know you're happily a Trump supporter.
Rez, I said that if he has molested children, put him in the electric chair and I'll flip the switch.
But you would not know. You're not going to know. You're not going to get that.
But the question question is, he hasn't gone a bridge too far by grabbing women by the pussy, talking about underage women, talking about.
I see Tomato.
That's the question I'm asking. None of those things. None of the things.
Those things didn't matter. He still voted.
Like the majority of the voters in this country, Rez, I voted for Trump. Like the majority of the voters in this country. So clearly it wasn't a bridge too far for them, and it wasn't a bridge too far for me.
But all of a sudden, this is a bridge too far. That's my point. This become a bridge too far.
That's my point. Thank you, Sam.
Don't they already have enough? Can you guys let Tomato jump in? He's been flashing his mic for like 10 minutes. Can you guys let Tomato jump in? Yvonne, are you next? Okay, then after you, please, Tomato, because he's been flashing. Just flat. Go ahead.
I've been saying for 5 years, Trump is a sleazy.
Oh Lord.
He has no business being president.
Tomato.
Why you interrupt?
Tomato, she said. Levon to go before you.
Tomato, just let Levon go and then you're next. I see you flashing your mic. Thank you.
Is that Scotty? Did he change his name? That's the what's his name? Durango, Elmo Martinez.
Biggest creep on Clubhouse.
And when people change their name, they don't want to be doxxed. They don't want to be called out.
I wanted to say, I agree somewhat with Patty and CEO only because MAGA polling is still high at 89-90% across. With all of this stuff that we know, it's still 89-90. That's very, very high.
FI's polling was at 40-something%.
She's talking about with Republicans.
Oh, okay.
Did we lose her or is that me?
I don't know. Go ahead, Tomato.
I think she stopped talking.
Okay, go ahead, Tomato, please. Thank you. Tomato?
Yeah, I think Trump should resign because this is sleazy. But I think Republicans are going to do really well in the midterms because of what I just posted in the link. The leftists are continuing to chemically castrate kids, and that turns voters off. And also the Democrats keep demanding more.
Domingo, I told you about this shit. That's his name, Domingo. Are you guys going? Are you doing tomato?
But he did
No, because I told him he can't do that. No.
In fairness, he didn't say white liberal. He didn't say white liberal.
Okay. That term.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, well he got it. So allow me to finish. If you read the link in the group, if you read the link in you will see that the Democratic Party, in order to punish a Trump voting man, they're cutting off the penis of his child. So read the link. That's why the voters are going to vote against. They're cutting off his penis.
Oh my God, Tomato. Thank you very much. And for the people in the chat who are saying, what about Biden smelling people's hair? Let me just say this, and I'm not going to be saying too much tonight because I will be triggered as hell this whole night. Biden smelling somebody's hair is no comparison to a grown, old-ass man sticking his penis inside of a young child. Biden can smell my hair and everybody else's hair all day and all night, but he is not putting his penis in a young child. So if you're using that to counterweight what's being said, then you are a lame ass motherfucker.
People like the way Biden was not smelling hair. He wasn't smelling hair.
Y'all get this shit from, y'all just be saying
it's
shit.
It's a goddamn picture where he just happened to be he was close.
I just posted the Wall Street Journal.
Motherfuckers talking about him sniffing hair. You guys are fucking weirdos. You guys are the fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you looking that deep into a picture where he just happened to be close to a child, you're a nasty motherfucker. You're disgusting. Your brain is rot.
Hey, you know what? He sniffed hairs.
I'm gonna talk next.
You fucking
shut the fuck up.
Wait, hold up, you guys. There's going to be commercial.
You're disgusting.
There is going to be some control on this stage. It's not going to be crazy ass night.
I just posted in the chat where Republicans are.
turning against Trump. And it's from the polls. So I know y'all like polls so much.
Oh, hey Matt. Hi. Good to see you in Westerfina.
Oh wow!
Right?
It's my old name. My old name.
It's Gwen Stefani.
Hey family, happy Friday. The pot does thicken. Let me tell you, they are turning against Trump.
Well, Matt,
could you imagine looking at a picture and you thinking about little kids? This is what white men in America think about.
Disgusting.
No, you just imagine.
I'm
speaking that.
We got registered sex offenders in the room. Y'all listen.
Being around men that look at pictures because someone happened to be close to a child, the first thing they think about is them having some type of sexual fantasy. So, you guys are disgusting pieces of shit. You nasty motherfucker.
I'm just wondering, though. I'm inviting all you guys to come up.
Lisa, you know what's disgusting is that you look over the fact that old man was sniffing little baby's hair.
Don't touch Harry. Don't
put too many sex offenders on the stage at once, guys.
No, hold up. Don't touch Harry.
Y'all hit me up when y'all done talking to these sex
Wow, all the sex offenders on stage, right?
These are some sick ass white men.
Moose, you're not allowed near a school or a daycare. Shut up.
Who are you talking to?
Moose, he's talking
to his mouth.
Do you see how mad? Do you see? Just notice how mad they get when their fearless leader is in. Well, no, it's because their fearless leader is being like they're going off in the chat. Look at Matt Poole. Look at people.
It triggers the second.
Because
and
anything you talk about with somebody playing with a kid should be off limits, no matter what party. But
Biden's the one who lets kids rub his leg hairs. Well, okay, well you support.
I'm not going to talk. You can talk what I'm talking about.
Patient, get off the phone and mute these people. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm not going to be doing this tonight because this is crazy. And people are getting triggered left and right. Please, you guys, we're trying to have a conversation. If you're incapable of having this particular conversation, I suggest you go ahead and touch those two little fingers up at the top and leave. Because I know it's triggering, but if you're not equipped to do it, you guys, please leave. Because the topic of the room is what happened today with Ghislaine. So we're trying to talk about it, right? So, Haitian, can you just do the modding thing? Because I'm still driving. I appreciate you.
And Pepe, lower your mic. Go to the audience.
All right, they invited me up. Can I just go after him?
I wasn't done talking.
At least I was just saying they're all upset.
Hold on. When you see the reactions of these people, like anything but say, like see where the arrows is pointing. When you can't criticize a person. When they're that important to you, when nothing raises that's when you know this is weird shit. We're in weird territory. Hold on, and I'm gonna be quiet, and you're gonna and everything that I just told y'all. Watch how they show out about this man and a little child. Go ahead, Pepe.
Matt trying to give him his kid.
Sure. Well, I would say just sound. The sound of it after the attorney met with Ghislaine, it sounds like there's a good chance that, some uncomfortable information will come out and that, the party that loves children and mutilating their genitals and sending the kids to trans cabaret parties.
That sure don't
it sounds like we're going to find it.
No,
we're going to find there's some...
No, you got to stay on topic. We're sticking on topic. The fuck? I'm sick of
Okay, Brooklyn.
Stop lying.
Who wants to fucking go to that topic like that and pivot?
Yeah, because you're lying. And stop fucking lying.
Okay, Brooklyn, I can't talk over you, so...
Yeah, because you're not going to sit here and motherfucking lie. That's what you're not going to do. Right?
Yeah, but she won't stop talking.
No, because what we know about Trump is that they're trying to cover up some shit. And all y'all got on Democrats is fucking rumors. So you're not going to sit here and lie. Alright? If you got anything to say, tell the truth. Period. Point fucking mind. Any lies, I'm big, okay? Thank you.
There's no proof that Trump has done anything with children.
Use a motherfucking lie. See, I knew this is a lie.
But there is no truth. What proof is that?
Hasten.
This is going to turn into not ending well. Can you ping in also Michael? Let me tell you something, Pepe. There is proof. We have a young lady who was 13, and I think her friend was 15. Lisa Bloom, Gloria Allred's daughter, had her case. It is still there, and we have the transcripts from this particular filing. If you can ping in Michael Haitian, please. I'm going to stop light real quick. This woman has accused Trump, well, she's a woman now, but she was 13 years old. They recruited her from, I think, Grand Central. I don't know if it was a bus station or train station. I don't quite remember. But they recruited these two children. Okay, I'll wait for you, whoever's talking. They recruited them and brought them to the Upper East Side, to his mansion. They had an argument in front of these two young women. Who was going to take their virginity, Trump or Epstein? Trump ended up getting to her first. He took this young lady's virginity. This child is not even a young lady. I need to get my correction there. It's a child when you're 13. And he raped her. And then when Epstein came in the room, this is all in the filing, the court filing. They had an argument, and he got mad because Trump took her virginity before he, meaning Epstein, did. And then he went over and assaulted this young lady, and then he had his turn with her. She was ready to come out. There was a press conference scheduled. Everybody was there. Lisa and this young lady, Lisa as well, started getting death threats from you fucking MAGAs, you child pedos, that they were going to kill her, and they know where she was, and including Lisa, and the young lady was terrified. So she decided not to go forward with it, and Lisa made that clear. There's clips of it out there of Lisa speaking to the press about the young lady being in her office at that moment and scared to show her face or to say anything because they were both receiving death threats. So I don't even know. We're going to read the transcript. If I can get Michael in here because he has the transcripts. We even had an attorney come in who was involved in it and spoke on it. So I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Trump is a child molester, and that's just what it is. So who's next on the list?
And nobody on the Democrat side is saying that if a Democrat is implicated in this list of people that we're gonna support them, but y'all are. That's the difference. Like, we want all of the troops to come out. We don't give a fuck who's on the list. Everybody need to go down. But you niggas are. Y'all okay with Trump being a fucking pedophile in chief. I understand now why y'all was so against abortion. Y'all are nasty. This is a party of nasty motherfuckers, I swear to God. And it's showing.
Hey, Haitian, have you heard anybody say that there was... I'm asking you, Haitian. Have you heard that, bro?
Anthony, when is talking?
I just want to ask him. Yo, Brooklyn, you're telling me that somebody's stalking you? Of all people? Yo, come on, yo. Let's get civil. Let's go. Go ahead, Whit.
Listen, I just wanted to ask, to anybody that supports MAGA or Donald Trump, don't y'all want to be invited to some cookouts? Y'all would rather have Trump over potato salad? Over some banging ass, some burgers, some hot dogs, some good old, vegetarian beans? Y'all will choose you over cookout? Come to the cookout. Let them go. After the way gets cold. It's time to let go of Trump. Come on, let's go. Have to wait.
What was your question, Haitian?
So what I was saying that there was, it's real provocative. There's a lot of provocative stuff being said, but what was said previously was that, people are saying that they would still support him if he was proven to be a PDF file. And no one has said that. I'm asking you if you heard anybody say that. It's really provocative.
So, hey, let's keep it a buck, right? No one's gonna say that necessarily.
But that's what they said.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. But you literally have men over here defending this shit, making excuses.
When you say defending this shit,
hold up. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole deflection shit. Trump is the one who said last week, why are we still talking about Epstein? You know what I mean? He's the one who said that he's been dead. So why just have people from government going to see him? Why is this fucking attorney going to see Justine? If it's nothing there. Come on, nobody who has a fucking brain could say that there's nothing in there that can damage Trump. And if anyone has fucking integrity in here, they're gonna fucking stand on that. Now to deflect and say body's smelling someone's fucking hair and bringing up all this other dumb shit that has nothing to do with fucking Trump right now is fucking disgusting. I don't give a fuck who the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck if those are my brothers. If someone's involved with that shit and it's that fucking clear they were involved, how the fuck as a man, as a father, as a normal human being, can you fucking deflect and make excuses?
Haitian, I literally said, right?
I'm not talking
about but here's the thing. No, but Haitian, it's a specific point that I'm trying to address. Someone said that that people that support this dude have said, even if it turns out to be true, they'll still support him.
I'm sure some of them have.
Nothing you said indicated that. Nothing you just said indicated that. There's no evidence of anything said that.
Everything that y'all say indicates it. So yeah.
None of us are going to support a known pedophile. Like, that's so bullshit.
Yes, you're a liar.
This is nasty.
Because that's a stupid question.
Yeah.
That's a stupid question. He knows that's what they're doing. He's trying to make it be the sentence that he said. And it don't matter. You shouldn't even acknowledge that.
The attitude just doesn't stand.
Hold on. At the end of the day, so go ahead, Mr. Alberti.
No, I'm done. I just don't want you trying to answer that question. Answer's not being serious right now.
I'm 100% serious. I'm serious. And I'm answering honest question.
At the end of the day, we know actions speak louder than words. Alright, so your actions is showing y'all motherfucking support. When you got someone like Matt who has a baby girl at home, making excuses, that's fucking sick, bro. Beyond sick. Pepe, I know you're a piece of shit already. Right? I know you are what you are.
We all know that.
But Matt, you're actually a father with a fucking daughter there and making excuses.
He never raped anybody.
Okay, so
Yeah, why? You was in the room?
I got a
Let me ask a question real quick. So, okay. So y'all say, okay, so it's obvious that y'all wasn't really good at mathematics, right? You wasn't able to use, deduction. You wasn't able to, figure it out from the clues that you had in front of you, right? So you have a president that for, 4 years now, for the past 4 years that Biden was in office, he ran, he did all of the rallies and he promoted himself and he made all of these promises to the MAGAs about all of the things that he was going to do for you guys. That including the Epstein files. Nobody else, not Biden, not anybody in Biden's administration, no one ever mentioned. They let Epstein die. He was dead, right? Trump ran on this. We're going to release the Epstein files. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, right? So when Bonnie gets the Epstein files and gets them on her desk and says that they're there and she hasn't been able to go through them yet, but she's on the way to do that, But she doesn't, right? They don't want to release anything. It's nothing to release. What part of that is telling you in your mind that he's innocent of something? Matt, Anthony, Tomato, PP. What part of that is showing you stupid ass people that he is motherfucking innocent, right? A person that went from, I'm gonna give you all of the truth, you're gonna get it all, right? So, oh nah, they seen it now. It's nothing to see. We looked at it. It wasn't nothing to release. So are y'all that retarded that y'all don't understand what's going on behind closed doors? Just tell me. If you are that retarded, then we'll understand. I just need you to admit it. Okay, good.
One second. No. Hold on. To add the layer this, there is actual audio. Patient, give me 5 minutes now before we play this audio of Trump. Now, everybody who's been in the 420 know that we like to research stuff down to the red meat. Okay? So there is audio of him talking about going into a dressing room of a pageant with 15-year-olds. 15. One of the 15-year-olds has spoken out about it, that she was changing into her swimsuit. She was naked, and Trump walked in because he can do that, so he says. He walked in, and he just walked and was just looking at everybody. So you're trying to say that anyone who walks through a dressing room, you know where you're going. This man, you guys, we play him as dumb, but he's also a criminal, and he is a child molester. So he knows how to move. He walked into a dressing room, so you guys are okay with that. 10-year-old is in a pageant, and you're okay with them walking into him walking into the dressing room that is for girls and for probably their parents, their mothers, and him walking through and eyeballing your daughter as she's changing naked out of a gown into a swimsuit. I'm hearing some crazy shit right now, and you guys, I know you support pedophiles in here, you people on the stage, but you're gonna get called out because there's gonna be clip after clip, tape after tape.
You guys support pedophiles. You guys don't
support the hallway. We're trying to talk to you, okay? You are supporting. He just supported it. I'm sitting here telling him that we have a clip of this man admitting that he walked into the dressing room where 15-year-old girls were changing their clothes for his fake-ass pageants, because that's why he's on these pageants. He can give a fuck about beauty. He wants to be able to manipulate and go in and eyeball these girls and whatever, fill them up, and whatever the case may be. That's what he's all about. And you, Pepe, seem to be totally 100% comfortable with this type of behavior. Peter Pan, I don't care what the fuck what his name is. You feel absolutely coming off the mic vigorously trying to cut me off so you can support a man who has pedophile tendencies. Go right ahead, sir. I would definitely play that clip for you and for the room.
Play the Lisa, the Lindsay Lohan. It's probably good and bad. Play that clip.
Well, they
I have 10 minutes before I get.
And they don't care. And honestly, I thought this would be something that everybody should be able to agree upon, especially since y'all was on the kid campaign about keeping kids safe and everything. It shouldn't matter like who the person is. My nieces, nephews, little cousins can't go around nobody that's even associated, rumor. I'm sorry, I don't care. If that's what they saying about you, nah. So I don't get that y'all keep saying it's not proven. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I can name some other things where people have been associated with this and have come out to be. I mean, if we talk about Michael Jackson or somebody else, everybody threw the book at him. But now, when it's for Trump, it's it's all these benefits of the doubt. He said, we heard the thing that Lisa's talking about before he got in office the first time. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard him say he likes his daughter. Him and his daughter have sex in common. If he didn't, if he wasn't his father, if he wasn't his daughter's father, they would be dating. He's waiting to see if his daughter gets nice titties like his mama. Like, y'all heard this stuff. Y'all are okay with it. And this is what makes y'all weird. And beyond just like some crazy zany, y'all just, like a different person. This is what makes y'all weird and untrustworthy and bad for the country. This is the differentiation here.
And then
I would add that if I felt like somebody was saying something that was that negative about me, I would be trying to clear my name.
Exactly.
I'd be putting out effort. That would be a top priority because I got to do business with other countries. I got to do all these different things. I don't want people thinking that's okay about me or that's a possibility. And not that I got to scream about it, but no, that's not true. Let me tell you why it's not true. Or, I made some mistakes in the past, but of these comments, but let me be clear, that's not okay. But this dude is sick. And anyone who follows him and who tries to pretend like, well, it's okay, you're sick. I'd rather you at least be like, I don't give a fuck. He's doing what I want him to do. At least be like that. Instead of trying to cover up for it. Well, I mean, if I saw him in the room, okay, now if I saw him in the room with the child, okay, if I knew the child, it's like you guys keep trying to move the goalposts. So you want to admit that you guys like this sick motherfucker.
Exactly, Brian. Exactly. Instead of getting in front of it and being like, hey, I mean, we all know he's a megalomaniac, loves, has an insatiable thirst for attention in media. Look at me. Here you go, everybody. We're the files. Nothing to see here. And humiliate the Dems again. Instead, they choose to deflect. Like Anthony or any others who are still in this weird Messiah haze that cannot see what's happening in front of you. What do you think it's just pure coincidence that instead of doing what Brian suggested and just getting in front of it and be like, hey, I'm good, Trump chooses to put out the MLK files. He chooses to go as far as create something that maybe a teenager influencer might try to put together, the Barack Obama AI video getting arrested by the FBI. Are y'all okay? What do you really think that's coincidence, or perhaps could it possibly be the deflection? The same rude comments in the chat about chopping a penis off for transgenders is worse. We're not talking you go to any level of whataboutism, of deflection to say this man is above the law. This man is above underage women who've been sexually violated by him and other adults. And again, don't care what side of the aisle. Throw the book at all of them.
They're not women, the book. Not at all.
Children, exactly. Underage. I'm almost done, Anthony. So, to that point, come on, man. I've been up here, y'all heard me. I've slammed Biden for this, that, and the other thing. He never should have ran again. I can do that. That's a well-adjusted, citizen can do, because you don't allow your entire identity to be cold-forming and let one man be above the law at the expense of these underage kids. Think about this, man. This isn't January 6th. This isn't the election of stolen. These are children. And you guys are just deflecting left and right. Thank you.
Up to time, I said, let him try. If he did, literally, I said, I would flip the switch. If he's guilty,
you're not talking about shooting. You're not talking about you.
But they mentioned my name multiple times.
Because you're a MAGA supporter.
Okay, so this thing.
I'm not even a MAGA supporter. I'm a conservative individual.
Okay, I'm glad you said that you weren't MAGA, but you know what? You guys are going to chat with this clipping of you guys in the chat. They're talking about transgender adults. One more time, you guys in the chat. First Lady,
Lisa, you're in the matrix.
making a decision. Okay, for you adults who are in the audience talking about transgender adults who decide a personal decision for themselves to do what they need to do to deal with a body that they feel does not belong to them or is not they feel they're not comfortable in, it's kind of crazy. You don't sound intelligent because those are adults making decisions. Let's stay on the topic. We're talking about adults who are having sex with children, not adults deciding to do what they want to do with their bodies. And it's none of your business what adults do with their body. Let's stick with children. Thank you.
Right, Lisa. I heard the clip with Trump talking about Lindsay Lohan in 43 seconds. She was 17 at the time. He's talking about. Have you guys played that clip yet?
No, you can play it if you have.
He said women with freckles were best in bed. Yeah, he did. Yeah. And she's 17. I don't know why MAGA and the Trump supporters are deflected. I mean, there's so many evidence of him and his own work. Yeah, I put it in the chat. I'll put it
Okay, somebody, you guys have to play these clips, please. Thank you.
Hey, Mr.
7 minutes.
You don't see nothing wrong with it.
Exactly.
Do the same shit.
Yeah.
Hey, back to talking about drag queens. It's like, what do drag queens have to do with this? I just really, the deflection is.
Hey, y'all want to know what's crazy? Here's the crazy part. We all know in this country that billionaires can get away with everything. It's clear as day that this man's money is the only reason he's getting away with this shit. And I guarantee you, in any other situation, you can talk to these MAGA nut jobs in this room, and they'll tell you that money will get you out of this shit. But in this situation, they have to wait for him to be proven fucking guilty. They'll ignore everything. They'll ignore the clear evidence, him with the pictures with all these fucking kids, him being friends with this fucking asshole for how long. They'll ignore all that shit because you know what? He has to be found fucking guilty, even though clear as day he's using his money and power to avoid it. They don't give a shit. So as long as you can use your money and power to avoid shit, you can go ahead and be a pedophile in this country. Because look at these idiots that support that shit. He has to be broke, and then they have an issue with it.
Don't forget white man.
That too.
In Haitian, and you know what was really also very telling is that just to say, for 1 second, and I'll wait a second, let's just say we put Trump aside. He was friends with Epstein for 15 motherfucking years. They went out together, they partied together, they traveled together, they were in 4 different states together. He knew what this bitch-ass nigga was doing anyway. So just the fact that he stayed with him for 15 years, supported him for 15 years, hid whatever he was hiding, about knowing that this motherfucker is, just say he ain't doing it, let's just say, raping girls that could be his motherfucking daughter, that shows what kind of piece of fucking animal waste he is by even doing that. So if you want to just keep on cha-chaing and ball dipping for him, that's fine. Let's just talk about the fact that he stayed with somebody that is a known fucking pedophile, took his motherfucking life. He was convicted. Epstein was convicted. He was convicted. And got some stupid ass sentence where you go to jail. Only a white man with money can get, after being found guilty of sleeping and molesting children, can go to jail in the morning and play checkers and then check his motherfucking ugly ass out at night and go home and sleep in a fucking king size Posturepedic. So you guys are full of fucking shit. You should be ashamed of yourself, but I ain't gotta worry because you guys are gonna burn in motherfucking hell. So I ain't worried. Keep on talking. Next.
And Lisa, don't forget. Go ahead, Asia. I was to say real quick, let's not forget, a lot of these MAGAs, they wanted to lower the age of consent in the first damn place.
Ding, 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 ding.
And who was the lawyer?
I brought that up earlier.
Alan Dershowitz, a co-conspirator and also a child molester.
Look. Relative clip. No short clip.
Oh, that's not it. That no.
Yeah,
That's not it. You gotta play the whole thing, Haitian. I think you just got a small clip.
Nah,
Yeah.
That's what was in the chat. Or whatever you want me to play in the chat.
Okay, no, let me find it because that's half the clip. 1 second.
That's the ones the Republicans use.
Yeah, it's so crazy how vast the MAGA manosphere is. Like, you have hoteps that are MAGA. It's a nigga named I in the J. I am, and he spells I-M-E-Y-E. Hotep. You got racist, Matt, Tool, PP. You got, I don't even know what the fuck category Anthony would be in. You got dummies. I mean, it's a freaky old ass nigga named Jamal.
Anthony's the hero because he's the only one that'll speak. Matt, I found out Matt sound like Minnie Mouse earlier, so that's why she'll never come up here.
Sound like Minnie Mouse.
He sounds like a parrot. It's a big defect with all of these people. Anybody that. Yeah, Matt won't. That's why he never come up here. Matt, come up here and talk. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Yeah, sound like his nuts didn't drop yet.
But look how vast how vast they are, like how different they are. But they all come under one umbrella because not only do they have a hate for women, especially. You have to have a hate for women because a lot of these things that are going on are affecting women, right? These were little girls they was touching on and feeling and fucking on, right? And y'all okay with that. Y'all had a whole 4 or 5 year campaign about having abortion. No, abortion is wrong. No. And now we see why. Y'all want kids to be here. You want to be the ones to abuse them. MAGA is a bunch of fucking nasty men who don't have any fucking morals about themselves. You hate yourselves. You hate women. You probably hate your own daughter. And that's sad.
They also hide behind the church.
And they will never
hide
come up
behind the church
when
when they teaching kids.
Come up here, Beaver.
Beaver. I didn't even know Beaver was
all y'all come up here like this morning. Y'all so chatty. I know y'all feelings hurt. This all y'all do is come in the room and type in the chat. Like, what type of ballsy men are y'all? All y'all do is type in the chat. Oh my God, Justin thinks he's the masculine gay guy. No, bitch, you claim I'm the masculine gay guy. Yeah. That's what you see when you see it, bitch. I ain't never said that. I'm as gay as they come, bitch.
And Matt puts in the chat, Matt quotes coming up here so we can all hear his lovely slow voice, puts in the chat, Agent, you always sound like you're sniffing something. Like, I think he was removed from a room for actually taking that even one further, saying he accused somebody up here of sniffing children. Like, this is funny to them. Like, they're showing themselves.
We literally have a White House right now that's fighting with fucking South Park, a cartoon.
And look at Mama. None of them will come up. All y'all can't say anything. I'm gay, I'm this. I'm not scared to talk. I can speak. Can you?
Yeah, I can.
Or do y'all come and rest under the nuts of black people and type on your phones? Because this is what y'all do every night. Every night I come up in here, it's 6 Peckerwoods in the chat. Oh my God, black people. Y'all are disgruntled and mad and stinking. Ain't took no shower, ain't washed your feet or legs, just typing. Come up here and talk. Express your musty selves. Like, stop it. You sitting over there with your thumbs in your butt. Come up here and talk. I bet y'all won't. I bet you won't. I will bet you any amount of money that none of you pussies will come up here and say a word. Not to me.
Even racist PP comes up.
Hey, tell them we're going to put a bounty. I'll put some money on someone's cash app if they come up and have an actual debate.
What up, bro?
What's going on?
Alright, fine. Yo, hey, Jeff, this kid is a gay guy.
Yeah, like y'all, like I should be the least of y'all's worries. Y'all won't even come up there, and then y'all just keep talking shit. Y'all's typing things that y'all say, don't matter to me. I'll beat all y'all up in real life. All of y'all. So like anything y'all say in the chat doesn't matter. I cuss bitch ass niggas like you, like y'all out on the road every day, like on the way to work. So none of that matters. Just come up and talk, express yourself. Like I know y'all make 20K a year, and y'all so express why you're upset, why you're disgruntled. Being mad at me ain't gonna. I'm always going to have more money than you. I'm always gonna look better than you. I'm always gonna be smarter than you. So being mad at me is futile. That'll be no matter what the administration. You just come up and express why you're upset.
Okay, so they're gonna do that because they want to.
Hold on, let's get back on topic. Let's get back.
Let me reset, y'all. Okay, so. Okay, thank you, Haitian. I'm 2 minutes out. So, welcome to 420, you guys. What we're talking about is gasoline. Gasoline, a convicted child molester, rapist. She also was having sex with these children. She would have sex with them at the same time with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, and she also was a madam, and then she also was a groomer. She was everybody's fucking worst nightmare. So what happened was, it started yesterday. Trump sent his own ex-personal lawyer with a conflict of interest to go and talk to Gasoline and make sure she wasn't going to give up Trump, and maybe they could possibly lie to her and think that she's gonna get immunity. So what happened is she was granted limited immunity while talking to DOJ, and she named 100. That was just 1%. 100 different people that are linked to. That are linked to Epstein. So she is singing like a canary. He's saying that she's telling everything. Now what everything is, I don't know. Because Trump's lawyer knows that that his name is all over that list. That's why they that's why they assigned 1,000 people to go over the list and highlight where Trump's name is mentioned in these purported files, as well as transfer them on. It's so many times they can transfer it onto a spreadsheet and put it into the computer. It's like, nah, not mention just 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 11 times. They have 1,000 people going through those alleged files and highlighting Trump's name, where it was mentioned, what page, and put it on a spreadsheet. To repeat myself. So we're here to talk about what's going on with gasoline, and we all know here, anybody who has a brain in their head, know that Trump is connected. How many girls he allegedly raped, or how many young women? We have people who are coming out talking about it, and they still in here talking about it. It didn't happen. They got women literally coming out and saying that they were raped by these two fools, and they still in here trying to deny Trump has anything to do with it. It's wild. Why would they need 1,000 people to find my fucking name on a list if I only flew there to have a little crepes and salad? It's crazy. You guys need to get your life and check your ass, because you shouldn't be representing anybody who even has like you guys like to say, sniff, who even has a sniff of impropriety with children. You would drop your motherfucking kids over somebody's house who the rumor had it that they dicking down children?
Lisa, could you play the clip from the lawyer again? Can you?
Yeah, can you hit that again, please? I'm turning it now.
Because we need to unpack that.
The one with the lawyer speaking about gasoline.
Oh, okay, from earlier. All right, give me some.
Thank you. And if you're downstairs with a pink ticket, can you guys take your tickets in, so then that way we can welcome you to the 420 Club, and we can ping you in every time we have some crazy shit going on like this. Thank you.
You guys also heard compilation talking about
with Trump in Palm Beach and how they were underage girls and orgies. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, let me see if I can find them.
say this. She has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years.
You gotta rewind
In a fair
it.
trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply.
You want what?
You gotta rewind it. You went out. So like, that's you second.
Hold on. That's the video.
Hey everybody. We finished for the day. We started this morning right around 9 o'clock and went to now lunchtime, and we're finished after all day yesterday and today. Glenn answered every single question asked of her over the last day and a half. She answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked a privilege. She never refused to answer a question. So we're very proud of her. We're proud of how the process has worked over the past day and a half. I will say this. She has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years. She didn't get a fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply in the Supreme Court on her cert petition on Monday. Remember, people have questioned her honesty, which I think is just wrong. Remember, a juror lied to get onto the jury, admitted to lying to get onto her jury. She did not get a fair trial. No prosecutor even mentioned her until Epstein died. So we feel that the process for Ghislaine has been unfair. She was denied bail. She was treated worse than an animal would be treated in jail when she was first held, woken up every 15 minutes. So we're just trying to get through the process where we are now and get her some relief. So that's where we are today. Do you feel like you're going to get some relief in the longer conversation you've had in the last couple of weeks? We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that this was the first opportunity she's ever been given to answer questions about what happened. And so the truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, and she's the person who's answering those questions. We don't think this will affect her appeal. We're appealing on a very important ground, which is the government at the time promised her that, promised Jeffrey Epstein that any potential co-conspirators would not be prosecuted. And so she deserves that promise. And I'm surprised. I don't think President Trump knows that the Justice Department took the position that that promise should not be upheld. President Trump is the ultimate deal maker. He knows that a promise made on behalf of the government should bind the government. And so we're hoping the Supreme Court agrees with us that when the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida promised that no potential co-conspirators would be prosecuted, that bound the Southern District of New York as well. I'm sorry? They asked about every possible thing you could imagine, everything. Are you hoping for anything new as a result of this? I'm sorry? Are you hoping
Don't you hear the other one with Trump, about Trump with the South Park?
As the debate over the Jeffrey
You went out again.
Nah, there was a clip on the whole South Park thing. I don't know if you want to hear it or not.
And what's the South Park thing about?
He's mad. Yeah, you're mad about the episode from last night.
Let me, can I jump in on that real quick?
Yeah, can we unpack the first one first and then we can go to the next one?
And then too, I want Mike to talk about the case with because he can explain it. He's very, very eloquent in explaining this case about the young girl. He has all the information and I do not because I'm driving. But Mike, when you do your submission, Michael, as well, can you tell everybody about that case? That'll be very, very helpful. Thank you, sweetheart.
So, Haitian, are you going to play something, or Brooklyn?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, when you were talking about the South Park thing, so I'd seen clips last night of the cartoon portion where they used like Trump's picture and just had his sort of head moving and he was in bed with Satan. Has anybody seen the PSA? I think they closed the show with Tucker and Matt Stone have like huge balls, and it's like if they're not in some kind of like censorship prison by the end of the year, I don't know what. It's a sitting U.S. president. They show his dick on this thing. So he gets naked. He's in the desert. It's like sort of a play on Jesus being in the wilderness and Trump being Jesus. And so he strips his clothes off. It's hot. He falls out and he's on his back and looks down, and they literally show like this micro penis that has. You gotta see this shit. It's like it's amazing that a U.S. president literally. It's because with deep fakes, this shit looks just like Donald Trump. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like in my life. Well, let me not say the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, but it's the craziest shit I've seen in 2025, definitely.
Yeah, I saw it, Michael. The White House gave her a statement that it's a two-bit show that nobody checks for, but those clips went viral. Listen, he woke up the beast. He messed with Stephen Colbert and all of his colleagues and peers. They recognized what Trump did, and now he's getting he's getting the payback. And that's exactly what that did, and that's brutal. They had him in bed with the devil too, with his little small penis. They had him in the desert.
They had no business messing with Barack. Like shit. That's good.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah, I mean, and think of where we've fallen. This position, America, we are the preeminent superpower, right? So it's like, so the fact that we have fallen to this point to where we have respect. So over 249 years in this country, all this respect that's been built up. I mean, we've done some crazy shit, but it's like we still garnered respect around the world. For this position being what it was, even with George Bush II, who was called the dumbest president, but George Bush II can run a victory lap now because Trump has made him like, we wish that we could get George Bush II back. Say all to say the fact that I can't say this enough, Paramount, so a major network, for them to run something like this, I don't know, like we're in territory that I never thought that I would see in my life. I don't think we could even imagine that they would make this kind of parody of a president. The imitation that they do, this guy that does Trump on SNL, great stuff. Shane Gillis does a great Trump. And it's more playful, it's fun, it's making fun of him, but it's not like going overboard. This shit is crazy. They literally show this man naked, laid out, and they have a penis that he looks down at. Again, I'm tripping, but it's like, I'm gonna, I guess, gather myself. But when I saw it today, I just wanted to find if anybody else has seen it. But if you have not seen it, it's worth looking at. But it's just, I don't know what kind of trouble they're gonna get in. But I mean, it's like anything that they're able to do. This will definitely be a free speech test with what they just put out.
So you're saying it's worth looking at Trump's penis, Michael?
It's crazy, man. I did not expect them to pan down and actually to show a fucking penis.
Hey, Shane,
I haven't seen it, Michael, but from what you're saying, it sounds like, like LeVon was saying, they will join the Censorship Hall of Fame with Stephen Colbert. Like, you've spoken against the Messiah. Good luck.
Yeah, but the situation is different for them because with Colbert, Paramount could try to make the argument that things weren't measuring up. But with South Park, first of all, Matt and Trey are filthy rich, but also that they just renewed their contract 4 days ago now. So unlike in the Stephen Colbert situation, they can't try to argue, that South Park, violated anything. So the case about Stephen Colbert is still, that's still bubbling up in Congress and stuff. You see all these representatives asking, is this free speech, et cetera, et cetera. But with South Park, it's not going to be the same. And also, they have enough money. It just depends, but they have enough money, even if they were fired, to just keep going. But everybody should know that about South Park. Go ahead.
No, Doc. I'm just sorry. I just want to add on to what you were saying. So the contract, they agreed at $250 million for 10 episodes. I think 2 seasons, 20 episodes basically. So 10 episode season, but they just got paid $250 million. And like to Dr. Goddess's point, South Park, they haven't had, I think they've been 2 years without seasons, but they're a moneymaker. It's just because even with this contract they signed, I can't think of it as Netflix, one of the streaming services, also they sold off rights to stream, they're the syndicated, some of the old episodes. So it's a very interesting battle because they have the gravitas and the money to kind of like to do battle. But y'all just gotta go see this. This deep fake shit is crazy. Deep fakes are crazy as it is, but when you look at this, this is literally Donald Trump walking through a desert, gets naked. Shit is crazy.
He would be wise not to say anything to them because it's just gonna go more about.
Oh, the White House already pushed back.
Yeah, they came up with a statement, but and the guy, one of them apologized, but he had like a wink, wink, wink. It was like a fake apology.
Yeah, they were laughing when they were doing it.
I literally subscribed to Paramount just so that I could watch that episode last night, and then I unsubscribed.
Wait, can y'all hear T?
Yes, I could hear whoever just said that they subscribed and unsubscribed.
Well, Trump is now calling Bill Clinton. He was saying that they need to focus on Bill Clinton because he went to the island 28 times. So that's a lie. He's on the flight logs 26 times to Asia and Africa, but not on the island. But now you see Trump calling names. I think he's scared.
Projected and deflected.
Exactly. And Elon Musk knew what he was talking about. I think Cash Patel leaked that to him. I think a lot of the reporters are invested now. They smell blood. There's nothing worse than reporters who smell blood because they're going to be digging. You got 1,000 people combing through looking for his name. You think one out of 1,000 maybe not going to be a whistleblower or leak some. It's so much people now invested in chasing the story. So, like I said, even if he gives a pardon, MAGA isn't going to move, but the independents and moderates have already started to move.
Great, but that's like saying.
I was about to say, Gallup just came out with the poll, and his approval rating is down to 37%. Gallup was the one he trusted supposedly a few months ago, so now he's going to call Gallup fake news. But he's also down to 29% with independents, and they said this is his lowest percentage since January 6th. I just want to add.
Yeah, I posted it earlier, but yeah, independents, he's cratering. He's down 17% with 29. Independents is single digits, the Democrats, single digits, and MAGA is, overall he's 37%. That's his score. So the independents are peeling away. They don't like his wishy-washy on Ukraine. They don't like his policy on tariffs. They don't like the inflation and Epstein stuff there. And he needs independents to win.
Did y'all see the shaman having a breakdown? Y'all know who I'm talking about? The man from January 6th who had
What kind of breakdown he had?
Can you post that link?
Oh, he's going ballistic. He said Trump. Now keep in mind, Trump pardoned his ass. He is one of the leaders in January 6th. And he was like, fuck Trump, fucking weirdo fraud. Like all of this stuff. Mm-hmm.
Is he the one who long the sentence, Dr. G? Do you know?
He was the one of the longest sentences.
No,
Yes.
he didn't have a long sentence. He had a couple of years. He was maybe like 2-3 years. He wasn't that long.
But the rest of them, there was only a handful of people that had sentences like that.
Well, I'm saying the dude I personally know got 17 years. That was in my unit.
Yeah. I hear you on that, but still, it was only a handful of people that got like long sentences. But he is the symbol of January 6th. You know what I mean? And it's just so funny that even he turned. It's just like, oh my God.
So I did want to.
But apparently, the people, the MAGAs in the room that didn't leave. And let me address something, y'all. The MAGAs, they do this. When we about the Democrats needing to be on one message and having messaging and so on and so forth. I mean, first of all, we do have some messaging, but these MAGAs, they come in here and they spout all the MAGA bullshit all at once. You see how we were bombarded? You know, it was just like comment after comment, trying to deflect to Biden, trying to say Trump was innocent, like all these things. They do on Clubhouse, they do that from room to room.
Yeah, but that shit
don't
work.
On Twitter too.
That shit don't work and they run. You see how they got the
as soon as you, but it's just that, like, as soon as you, like, everybody is not, everybody, I mean, Clubhouse, we have rooms, we know this, but I'm just saying, like, the average American is not going through the news and discussing it, the way that we do. And so that's why when MAGA, when they get confronted and they're like, oh my God, they know the truth, they know too much, and we're playing clips and shit like that, then they all leave.
Yeah.
But for the average American, they're, I think it can work on them because they, people don't have that kind of time, but they do. I just wanted to say that.
Right. And they only listen to their own, like, they're only watching the MAGA shit. They are still spouting all of the misinformation that they've been spouting for the last 4 years. It's crazy. Like, all of these things have been debunked and they still say it. They're literally living off of rumors with no, like, actual things that have been investigated, like Pizzagate, for instance. They investigated that bullshit, even though it was some bullshit. They investigated it and found that it wasn't true. But they still running on it. They still running with that shit. Like, they're going with all of the distractions that Trump is giving them. Even though they know that it ain't true, they're still going with it. It's crazy. It's like a...
Yeah, go ahead, Brooklyn.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg.
No, I'm not. Okay, I mean, you're hitting it right on the point. Because here's the thing: they claim to care about the child sex trafficking, right? And you said it was the whole Pizzagate. They were saying Democrats got this secret ring going on and they're drinking kids' bloods, right? So they claim that they care about sex trafficking and all this pedophilia, right? But they are condoning, like they literally are giving a pass and saying, oh, this is fake. But wait a minute, everything about Pizzagate that was investigated was found to be a complete lie, but they will still espouse that it's true. But this guy, and now some of them, from what I'm hearing on the news, are willing to give Ghislaine Maxwell a pass as if she's been victimized. This woman was grooming young kids to be sexually assaulted by fucking monsters, and the guy that they praise is one of them.
And she participated.
Right, and then when he talked about she was treated unfucking fairly. That's what I wanted to talk about right there.
Exactly, Brooklyn. That stuck out to me. Untreated, treatment you wouldn't give an animal. Really? What about all the underage girls that she arranged and participated in?
She violated them.
What about the 40-year-old that killed herself? The one that they molested as an eighth grader, the 14-year-old. Right? What about her? I think she was treated.
Michael, can you tell that story? I asked you earlier if you wouldn't mind.
That is a different story. The one that killed herself is a different story. That's one I just heard about this past week, but we can talk about Katie Johnson.
But wait, don't get off of Delene.
Hold up, you guys, please. Just let me finish telling Michael. Okay. Michael, it's the one about the two girls and Lisa Bloom. I can play a clip to get everybody to understand what we're talking about, but you know it much better and can recount it more eloquently than I can.
No, I definitely got you. I got you covered whenever whenever you want that.
Okay, I can play the clip, or you can. I think you should. Let me play the clip. I'm going to go look up Lisa Bloom real quick. And you guys can go ahead and keep adding while I look it up. And then we'll let Michael tell the entire story because Lisa is not giving us the entire story, the attorney. She's only letting you know why the case did not go forward because of the death threats to both of them that happened. So
You guys can go ahead with the conversation. I'll try to pull it up. Haitian, I'm in the White House right now. I'll do it. So let's talk about this. Let's continue this conversation about Ghislaine being treated unfairly. Because did you all hear the lawyer? He said that that when Epstein was prosecuted, they made a deal.
Not to prosecute his co-conspirators.
Any co-conspirators, exactly.
I almost threw up. That is terrible.
The deal, the MPA said.
Wait, can you repeat? Hold on, Lamont. I thought I heard something that I didn't think I heard. What did you say? That's why I was stopping you, Lisa, because I was like, you skipped over this.
Right, I was trying to unpack it too, Dr. Goddard. So, what the lawyer said in the clip was, they made a promise to Epstein not to prosecute none of his co-conspirators, right? So for that reason, he's saying that Ghislaine was treated unfairly and she should be, she should be let out, basically.
Did he make this deal when he hadn't even made it to trial yet?
That's true. Alex Acosta, when he did the NPA sweetheart deal with Epstein, it had on there up to 4 co-conspirators that they are not to be prosecuted or immunity.
But that was a different deal, though. So
that's the basis of her appeal, because this is what her lawyer was espousing, that she's a co-conspirator, and based on that deal, the NPA deal that the government made with Epstein, she should not have been prosecuted because she's a co-conspirator.
And we don't know. I mean, we're not 100% sure whether or not this is the second case or the first, right? Because even in the first case, like Lisa outlined, he got treated with kid gloves. You get to check in to jail. And she's like, and in the charges, he never got charged with child molestation. In that case, he got charged with trafficking. So,
yeah, but he's an attorney, so he's gonna say that. I don't care what he said. That's what he's getting paid to do. I expect him to say that.
Yeah, but if there was a deal not to prosecute any co-conspirators, maybe there's some paperwork with that. But if not, all they're doing is just setting up Ghislaine to be freed. I mean, we already know that based on his comments today.
It seems like there would have to be, because that's a plea deal, it would have to be some documentation stating that he's going to take that deal, contingent of his co-conspirators not being prosecuted. There would have to be.
That's in the deal, just that the co-conspirators are not named. Go pull up, you'll see it referring to the case in Florida. It's the case in Florida.
I just want to say something to somebody in the audience that probably won't have the balls to come on the stage, but Leo DiCaprio, you fucking stupid, nasty, dirty dog, the nerve of you to you are so obsessed with a cracker that wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire, to say that Obama was ordering boys through his email. You nasty, dirty, big head ass nigga. You don't even have. It's the fact that you are such a low fucking nasty person that you would lie like that. Like, it's okay if these things happen, then they happen, and we're gonna fight against it. But for you to tell that sort of lie makes you the worst type of person in the whole entire world. And I wish nothing but fucking fire for you. I wish that you would set in fucking fire. You nasty, dirty, big head ass nigga. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, Neo, I sent you an invite to come up and speak. Stand on your truth, Neo.
Don't be Atlanta Brave in the chat. Come on, stick.
You could burn on the cross with Matt cracker ass. You know how them fucking KKK niggas like the motherfucking burn crosses in front of people's houses? Matt gonna be on it, and you could be humping his ass on it too. You nasty bitch, nasty, dirty bitch ass nigga.
They just gonna stay in the chat doing vagina monologuing.
I mean, you know, this
And Trent, watch your fucking mouth on some real shit. Don't play with me, Trent. Because if you heard what he said, you could get off the mic. Don't say nothing about me being ignorant. What he said was more ignorant than what the fuck I said. I said it to combat that bullshit ass lie that he just sat on his thumbs and told Trent. So mind your fucking business, Trent.
Trent, I already told you your proximity to coonery, Trent. So the fact that you sitting on here, you sitting on here caping for motherfuckers and lying is crazy.
And
that's how you operate. You operate in the most bitch-made way, man. Like you really, you like one of the most bitch-made individuals I've ever encountered.
He's talking about me. Yeah, my mom is sitting here. My mom is so just real quick.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you don't. My mom was sitting here listening.
No, she raised the poem.
Hold up, you guys.
Yeah, my mom knows what?
Hold on. His mother is in the room. Let's not disrespect people's mother.
Go ahead. Yeah, she's sitting here listening to you, and she was like, you know, it's very ignorant. There's a way we can all talk
This conversation ain't for your mother. Yeah. And if she would have read what I just read, I don't know how she would have reacted, but it's not for her to tell me how to do anything, okay? It was ignorant for you to put that in the chat on behalf of her.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, Trent,
that's ignorant for you to even involve your mom on the app. That's not even cool.
Facts.
And here's the thing,
because I don't.
And here's the thing. Wait, hold on, Trent. Trent, one second, y'all. Trent, read to your mother. 1 second, y'all. Trent, read to your mother. Oh my God, what's going on?
If this is wrong, she's trying to speak.
No, go ahead.
She's speaking?
Go ahead. I'm reading Trent's stuff.
She's been trying to speak. Go ahead, God.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
No, go ahead. I'm reading what Trent wrote in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just want Trent to read to your mother what Neo wrote about Obama.
Please. We couldn't see that. Man,
do you want me to read it?
Go ahead and read it because I can't find it. Go ahead.
Trent, what I want you to do is tell your mom your alias, bro. Johnny.
My alias?
Yeah, Johnny. I think she'll be more concerned about it. Yeah.
Johnny? Who are you talking about?
You don't know.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Okay, all right.
What are you talking about?
This conversation was with her.
Do you want to add to the conversation? Go ahead.
My mother had been listening to you guys for about 15 minutes. We've been riding the car. She was gonna add to the conversation.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let me read the what you didn't see, Trent. Okay.
Well, I think his mother wanted to ask.
I know. I want her to hear it. So what Neo wrote was, glad you know that because Obama was ordering little boys in his emails. And that's
Did he put those in the chat? Did he put the emails in the chat?
No,
why would you lie like that? That is disgusting.
Well, that's what Brooklyn was responding to when somebody tried to correct how Brooklyn was responding.
That was disgusting. And I'm going to say it again.
I get that's an ignorant statement. But there is a way for us to respond in a...
That's the way I'm trying to respond.
Stop trying to talk about how to respond. What are we doing right now?
Don't talk about not fucking drinking a bottle of fucking Johnny Walker.
Yeah, you can't Trent.
Fuck out of here, Trent.
Does your mom know that
Respond kindly to ignorance. Nobody has to respond kindly to buffoonery. Nobody.
Trent, would your mother say that rapist or whatever gasoline is was treated unfairly? You up in the chat taking up for her.
What you be fucking drunk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon during the week?
Like, come on, you being phony.
Word, does your mom know you work in proximity of coonery every fucking time you on this app? Like, you should tell her about that. You be caping for these coons out here, man. It's disgusting.
Go ahead. Tell them. Good.
This is what happens when you bring your mama to the app. Bring your mama to the
You know what, Haitian, just me
mute the stage right now because Trent, I don't want this to get. I don't want this. Listen to me carefully. Mm-hmm. I really love my mother, and I respect my elders. I do. I'm saying here, if your mother wants to speak, I'm going to give her. She's holding the phone. Okay, I'm going to give her the opportunity to speak uninterrupted and not have people try to disrespect her. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, all joking aside, no one disrespect Trent's mother. You getting fucking boom from the room.
No, because I don't. We'll talk about what I don't do later. But go ahead, Trent, and let your mom speak.
Call her a coon.
Huh?
I'd like for you to.
No,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Just let him call you.
You acting really weird.
Yeah, that you would put your mom. Don't do that.
And you put your mom.
Just mute the stage because this is not going to end well. I can feel it in my soul.
Well, Haitian is speaking. You want to say?
Okay, so Trent, is your mom gonna speak or not? Because
she's trying to respond to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me go. I'm gonna.
No. I was listening. Like I said, I was listening to the conversation, and I did not realize that he was texting you. And then when someone responded to him, I was like, "Are they talking to you?" When Brooklyn, I think it was Brooklyn, and he goes, "Yeah," and I'm like, and then you explained that you were responding to whatever he said in the chat. And so my response to him was, you have no idea what whoever this person she was lambasting said about Obama. So how are you going to comment on the matter when you don't even know what was said? That was that was the conversation I was having with him. I was like, how are you going to comment and you don't even know what they're talking about?
Thank you, Mama.
So, okay.
I still think it was ignorant.
Well, good for you. But, that's neither here nor there. So, and to the young man who asked me if I knew about the buffoonery.
Coonery. He said coonery.
He said coonery. Both, whichever you said, darling. And, yeah. And let me put it this way. Trent's views and mine are diametrically opposed. Okay? I raised him to be a free thinker. Okay? So, and unfortunately, he took that to heart. And as I would say, his views and mine, no, they're not in line. And what you do have to understand is, don't believe everything he says, because he's a clown. He is a clown. He's gifted and talented in the theater arts, always has been, from a child. So some of the things he says, he's saying it just to get a rise out of you. He doesn't necessarily believe it, because then he'll come and say the same nonsense to me. I'm like, please tell me you didn't say that in public to anybody, please. Because, and as you said, for me, because when somebody does something, people always say, where is his mother? Okay, so people, do not judge me on some of the idiotic things that comes out of this fool's mouth. Okay?
We know.